what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the A7E podcast. This is your host, Jigadrin. Guys, today I have two very special guests. One very unexpected, but I had to get him in here. Wouldn't have missed a chance to have one of my good friends, Troy Larue, here, and then Chance as well, which was the initial guest for the show. So, guys, today we are on episode 31, I believe, and we're getting it rolling. It's been a while. Going through some personal stuff, kind of a little bit of a slump, but nonetheless, starting to realize that the discipline part is what keeps you going. And but yeah, Chance, give us a little bit of an introduction here.
Yeah, man, I appreciate the invite and everything. I've been watching this podcast every now and then when I can, and got some good stuff going, brother. I see some of the people you coming on and everything, and that's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
that's awesome. How do you like it?
I'm loving it, man. Honestly, everybody that's come on so far, I'm loving it. Every conversation that I've had so far has been valuable, which I think is the point of the podcast. So I appreciate you coming on, obviously, today. And then Troy, man, what we're doing today, guys, is me and Troy are going to be sharing the microphone. I'm still not too very experienced in having the 3 sets of microphone, but that's the next step of the podcast. But Troy, I'm gonna hand you the mic, and just give us a little bit of your background. And then we'll go from there. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Definitely unexpected.
How long has it been since we've seen each other?
Yeah, maybe like 5 years.
5? I haven't seen him in 5 years.
18.
All he's got different is peach fuzz on his face now, man.
Yeah.
That's
7
all
years.
he's got. A little,
It's been 7 years, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
7. How do you know?
I just counted on my hand.
You just counted on you? Dang, dude,
Cool.
7 years. Wow.
Yeah, man. So
Let me ask you this. So I thought it was about 10 years. I'm not sure. You said it was 7, right? You're 25. I haven't seen you since 20s. No, 20.
I was like 18.
Yeah, you were like 18, so a couple of years ago. And you're 25 now. When did you graduate college?
Last May.
Last May?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got Troy Larue out of college last May. Okay. And now you're kind of in the mortgage area, right? We'll get into that in a little bit because I'm very interested. And I know Chance might be a little bit interested, considering that, you're kind of in the, what would you call it? You're kind of in the middle of maybe building a team, so to speak.
Yeah, for me right now, since the pandemic happened, I really got hooked on to real estate and just started watching a couple people really fell in love with the knowledge and just showmanship that this guy, Ben Mala, shout out to Ben Mala, a great guy. If you ever get an opportunity, watch him. Just very knowledgeable, doesn't try to sell you a course, doesn't try to BS you with anything, just gives you this cold, hard facts on how to get real estate. And for anyone out there that's trying to build wealth or anything, I was just talking with Troy Larue before the podcast, we're talking about different loans and whatnot. Get your FHA loan. That's my thing.
Why?
Get your credit, get your shit right, get an FHA loan. Right now, yeah, the interest rates might be high, you might want to wait. But, hey, even go to the local banks. The local banks,
Yeah.
Everybody has to make a deal. I mean, what is it? I seen the other day, my mother-in-law and I were going to go get a new car for her. I mean, that's the lady. They literally classified her as a ghost. She had no credit. None.
Mm-hmm.
And we were getting, a used vehicle. 2013 all-wheel drive vehicle, Volvo, not bad. Something for the winter because, those winters are tough. You can't have a front-wheel drive vehicle. That's what she first was looking at. I was like, what the hell are you doing? You're going to spend money. You might as well get all-wheel drive for the winters.
In Detroit?
In Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah, in Michigan. It's, it's not like here where you guys get a little freaking, drizzle of snow and you shut down the whole state. Troy's looking at me like, now he wants to kill me, but that's okay. No, it's all right. Troy's smiling. No, but so we go in, do the whole show, show us the car, give us the test ride, make us all feel good. Then it's like, oh, yeah, 25% interest. It's like,
damn, 25?
Right when she said that, or right when the salesman said that, my mother-in-law was like, fuck you. Just got up and left. I'm like, oh, shit. But she's outside, and I'm like, talk to the guy. I'm like, dude, she's a veteran. I mean, I'm trying to help her out. Like, come on, can't you do better? Guy comes back. He's like, oh, 22%. Like, 22%. I said, man, that's not good.
Yeah.
Well, she ends up I leave. She ends up calling her bank,
Local bank.
USAA. She's a veteran.
Okay.
So any of you veterans out there, USAA, fuck. If I had that, I'd be utilizing that to the max. But anyways, USAA, 13.5%.
13. Okay.
So she goes back to them, hey, 13.5%. They're like, all right, we'll see what we'll do. All right, we'll give you 9%. Fuck you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? 9%. You know what I'm saying? It's like, 22%. She's a veteran. That's the best we can do. And then they drop it all the way down. So my point to you all, just because the Fed keeps rising them fucking rates, and just because you keep seeing it, go to your local banks.
Yeah.
Keep going to other people. Just because you hear no from one doesn't mean you're going to hear no from everybody. That's the truth. And if you have a successful parent or anybody out there that has built their credit history, built their business up, man, utilize them as well. Don't go to them and asking for a hand up. Ask for a hand up. Hey, mom, dad, I can do this. If we buy this, I do this. I rent this out. I can pay you back, and we still, I still have a little bit of money left over. I don't think that's a bad thing to go to your parents about.
I think
you're
that's
asking for an investment. I think that's at the end of the day. Yeah, you don't want to say, hey, mom and dad, let me have $100,000 to go invest in Bitcoin, dude. That's or even the stock market. Unless you're a guru, you know what you're doing. You've been hitting it. Okay. But if it, you know what I mean? But if it's like, it's so volatile, it's so unknown, you don't know what's going to happen. Look at the stock market right now. It's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. You don't know what the hell is happening. But you look at
what about when you zoom out?
When I zoom out, in what sense?
Like the stock market overall.
Like
last 50 years.
Last 50 years has always been going up. If you look at it since 1992, okay, all the way up until 2022, it is rose. Has there been dips? Absolutely. You look at 08. It's crazy. 08 dropped about 5,000 points. Just this past month, it dropped 7. But now it's back up.
Yeah.
So what's it going to do? Is it going to keep dropping? Is it going to keep... What's going to happen? My thing is I still don't think it's really hit its big boom.
Okay. Sorry, I'll interrupt. Before we go too deep into that. All right. Let's say there's 2 scenarios here, right? One, you have $100,000.
Yeah.
Fell into your lap.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the process or what are the steps that you take? Next, you have 0 money to your name. And I asked that because you told me something in the car earlier, which was pretty cool.
So if I had
$100,000,
and I had, what do I do?
No, well, tell me first. What are the steps that you take when you have $100,000? What would you do?
For me, if I had $100,000, first thing I would do is go and make sure my credit's right, my debt to income ratio is good. I have a good steady income, whether I have to take that $100,000 or $50,000 or whatever and go to my buddy has his own business. I say, hey man, I'll give you a loan for 50 grand, pay me back 55 over the course of 2 years just to show some cash flow. Whatever you got to do so that I would get the FHA loan. I was just telling Troy this outside. If I had to start, and I didn't have 100,000, but even if I had 10, 20,000, whatever I had to save, the FHA loan, you only need 3.5% down. 3.5%. Most any commercial residential property, banks are going to ask for 20, 30%.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you can go down 3.5% and get yourself a duplex, a quadplex, or even just your own single family home is absolutely incredible. Go ahead, Troy. Yeah.
So, shout out Austin Mortgage Lending because that's where I'm working right now.
Shout out to Austin Mortgage.
So, how are you going 3.5% FHA, but you're going the investment direction, right? So, when we get clients coming into us wanting to do investment properties, we have to do 25% down, unless it's a primary. You know what I'm saying?
So for your clients, when they come in and it's one an investment property, with the FHA loan or without the FHA loan?
If it's an investment property, it's 25% down.
Right. But even with the FHA loan, I can still, with that duplex, quadplex, I could still claim one of those units as my primary residence. With the FHA loan, exactly. So no matter, at the end of the day, it's whatever's my primary residence. That's what the FHA. A lot of people use that to buy, like you said, single family homes. Mm-hmm. That's what they do. That's a smart thing to do. And
But what's the reason? what's the reason that you can get or what's the requirement for the biggest requirement for an FHA loan?
Your credit and your debt to income ratio and your cash flow. Those are honestly the big things. I know
But
I just said 3.
Don't you also have to, whatever you're using the FHA loan for, make it your primary residence, right? Because if that's not your primary residence,
it's now treated as an investment property.
Exactly. So therefore, and you have to do a minimum of a year, correct? You have to live in that. What's that?
6 months.
6 months?
If you want to flip it,
Okay.
at least 6 months.
Yeah,
Really?
Because
Because
a mortgage, he know. I would say I know a rough estimate. He knows more specifics about the mortgage lending. And correct me if I'm wrong at any time, Troy.
Yeah, because I know that obviously one of my biggest recent interests were like, an investment property, whether it be a duplex, quadplex, whatever. And obviously FH loans very big and popular to be most efficient, trying to do that. And what I've heard the most was that your primary residence, you have to be there for a year. So if it's 6 months, that's cool. Maybe it varies from like state to state, but if it's 6 months, I mean that's cool.
That's just what I hear in the background because I'm still learning in the office.
Well, also, you're all right, Troy. I think also to the point is when you sell your primary residence as well, as a single person, you can claim up to $250,000 tax free. So if I bought that duplex for $100,000 and I sold it for $300,000, that $200,000 gain, and
Not taxable.
I lived there for 2 years, is non-taxable. So I get that $200,000 100%. Whereas typically, I'd have to pay, I think, 28 or 25. It's somewhere in the 20% on taxes on that. So I'm saving myself $40,000-$50,000 right there just because I chose to live there for 2 years. Also, if you're married, it doubles. So you can claim up to $500,000 tax free.
One thing that I heard about the FHA loan was like, if you have a partner, right, like you're with someone,
Mm-hmm.
but one thing that they like suggest to do before you guys get married, and obviously like you combine everything, is for each of you guys to utilize an FHA loan or for first time home buyer loan or whatever, for each of you to secure like a duplex or an investment property. That way, when you go, when you get married, both of you guys bring an investment property to the table, as opposed to when you're married already, and then let's say one of you, has already bought a home, you're not able to utilize like the first time home buyer loan or the FHA loan. I'm not sure which one exactly, but essentially just taking advantage of when you're not married for you guys to get your own investment properties to the first time home buyer loans or the FHA loan. And then when you plan to get married, now each of you have an investment property, but that means each of you or both of you will have 2 properties instead of 1.
Mm-hmm.
So that,
I've heard that recently.
yeah, and that was like massive because sure, when you get married and you want to, have a, quality life, you're looking to invest, you tell your partner, hey, let's get an investment. And yeah, together you guys get an investment property, but together you guys are only getting 1. Right.
I mean, I don't know how the whole thing works with the marriage, but I know that even if you buy a property, you're never going to put it in your name. You're always going to put it in the LLC's name to keep that corporate veil and keep that protection. So even one thing I've even thought about, again, you always want to consult your CPA because tax code changes all the time. So even the information that I say, don't take it to heart. Consult a CPA. Don't say that this guy is giving me false bad advice. No. But even one idea that I've thought about doing is, if your LLC owns your property, okay, and you live in it,
Mm-hmm.
let's say you have your spouse or whatnot, rent
Goes to the LLC.
from that LLC,
Yeah.
whatever a month. I think you're allowed to gift people 15 or 20,000 tax free. So one thing I've thought about, and again, I'd like some information if there's anybody out there that say, yeah, no, you can't do that. Say my spouse and me both pay $1,000 a month towards the LLC as rent. And so at the end of the year, when I'm doing my taxes, I cut off $12,000 because of my living expense, $1,000 a month. But then at the end of the year, could that LLC gift me back that money tax-free?
Gift it back to you, tax-free.
So that's one thing I wanted to maybe talk to my CPA about and see if that's possible. I know maybe it sounds a little too good to be true.
It does, because somebody has to get taxed, whether it be the LLC whenever it gives it away, or you when you receive it.
Yeah, I think
right? Because I mean, if that was the case, I mean that's an infinite money loop.
Exactly. That's even
which
one thing
which
I thought.
exists. There's
Yeah,
loops
there's a
out there
lot
that
of loops.
exist. But then that's interesting though. I have heard of putting your rental or your investment property in the LLC, and then you pay money to it if you live in one unit, and it acts as its own entity, therefore it receives its own income, and then it would act as its own taxable entity. But I don't know much past that.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of ways to this game. There's a lot of loopholes, and again, that's why if you have a friend or a family member that's a CPA, make sure you're buying them dinner or lunch every now and then, and remembering their birthdays, because those people you definitely want on your team. And
Wait, who's that?
a CPA,
CPA?
certified public attorney.
You deal with CPAs a lot?
I make meetings with
You make.
for CPAs.
Okay.
Still, man, I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what type of work you're doing, Troy. You might be the middleman, you might be top man, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's the fact that you're in that industry and you're in that atmosphere to learn that type of information. A lot of people are not in that atmosphere to learn that information. So it doesn't matter what position you are. Even I'd go in there, I'd be the janitor. I'd just be listening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what are those guys talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So learn as much as you can, because I am going to call upon you, brother. Because, I mean, Austin here, the real estate's it's insane. I mean, you guys have seen it. You've seen how much Austin's grown in the past year.
Disgusting.
Past year and a half. I mean, shit.
2 years if you want to get super technical. In the last 2 years.
Troy, where did you live? Where have you lived most of your life? Texas?
Wells Branch.
Wells Branch.
whole time?
Not the whole time. There was like Wells Branch, Avery Ranch area, and then that was it. That was 7th grade, and then that's when I moved to Florida, to IMG. And then I would come back, and it was only visit or train.
How did you like IMG, man? Because I went to IMG with you. I mean, that's
I thought about it the other day.
Did
I
you?
was
What'd
like,
you
man,
think
I can't
about?
believe me and Chance were fucking roommates, and Chance was a dick.
Oh, I was a fucking asshole.
Dick.
I was all right.
But
to
in
him,
in your defense, I understood, because you had just got hurt, and then you had to move in with us.
See, that's the dog right there. He knows. He knows. That's the mind of an athlete right there. I mean, I was an ass. I was in the room, but I went from having my own bedroom sharing just with one roommate to just sharing it with fucking 5 other young guys.
Younger,
You know what I mean?
yep.
And they were all cool, good dudes. Troy was a nice guy. He was a good dude. Helped me out. I mean, but I was fucked up. I mean, that sucked. Now I haven't thought about that in a long time.
Yeah. No, I had to put myself in your situation, how fucking can I cuss on this?
Yeah, man.
How mad I would be, bro. And I was just like, fuck, man. If you needed something, that's why I didn't hesitate. I was just like, all right, man, whatever you need.
It's a fucking good soul right there, man. You got a good soul and you got a good heart, man. And I appreciate that. I was, it was just, like you said, it was just going through that tough time of just not being able to play. And, I mean, that's the worst thing. That's the worst thing you could tell an athlete. You can't play. It's like, what? It's like, you might as well cut my legs off then, dude. It's like, what? I can't play. You know what I mean? What the heck? And so, but IMG for me was great. I mean,
IMG?
IMG's, what is it? International Management Group. That's exactly what it stands for. But even though, I mean, they're a management group. They just manage celebrities, athletes, actors, whoever. They manage artists, musicians, whoever. They manage everybody. They built this school freaking in Bradenton, Florida. I mean, when Troy and I left, it was just beginning.
Yeah.
Just beginning to get it. Yeah, because even when him and I first got there, they built the 11 fields. Those brand new soccer fields.
Yeah.
Those were brand new.
Brand new.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Beautiful. I mean, those were world-class professional. You know, the greatest thing about that was Tom Durkin was the head director. And you talk about, see, the difference that I notice when you have somebody at the top that's leading, that's really the person that establishes your culture of whatever you do. And if that person is corrupt, you know, bad, ill intent, you know, you're going to see it in the organization. You're going to see it within the coaches. We had Tom Durkin there. All the coaches were respectful. You respected the coach just 1 year. We also won a lot more when he was there. And there was Field 1. Troy remembers Field 1. The reason why Field 1 was so popular, I mean, it was the only field that had a scoreboard, stadium, like bleachers.
A mini stadium.
Yeah, like a mini stadium. Tom Durkin, if he saw you breathe on that fucking field, he'd yell with his gut out, "Community fucking service this week, boys." And then it's like, oh shit. And then you got community service. If you just, you know what I mean? If you touched a blade of grass, you were fucked. So what that did, though, is it put this psychological effect on the kids that you wanted to play there. You wanted to be there. You wanted to be on that field. Well, a year after, he left, and this new guy came in, you know, won't mention his name, but the guy's, you know, kind of fucking money whore and piece of shit and all, you know. How does a guy go from driving a Toyota RAV4 to a fucking Mercedes fucking, you know, $120,000 Mercedes, two of them, and also a house on Anna Maria Island? Explain that one to me. So, you know, this guy comes in, and you just see the culture change, right, Troy? As soon as you just notice. What did Field 1 turn into?
Almost like a playground, if anything. Everyone was already on it, walking on it.
Scott, can't say the name. I won't say the last name, but anyway,
Hey,
Scott.
Troy gave me back the microphone. He didn't want to be a part of
He's
this.
like, I don't want to be a part of that act, you know. But no, it was like Scott. But he was like, he turned, you know, he had his team, and he made that field his practice field.
So he essentially lost the integrity of the field
Exactly.
itself. He no longer made it special. Before, kids were like, damn, I really can't even look at a blade of grass. I wonder what it feel like to play there.
Yes.
You know?
And I played there once.
Yeah.
It was fucking great. It was great. Actually,
What year was that?
I played there twice. I remember twice. I'll tell you the second time. Second time was against the women's national team. This is a debate
You
right
played
here.
against?
Yeah, 16 years old, bro. Get this, 16 years old.
Hold on.
Yeah, dude. No, so they were doing their tryouts. You know how at IMG, they did their tryouts. You know, they would host professional teams and all that there. So at one time they were. I remember this distinctively because I'll tell you who I went against. You all laugh. So they're hosting their tryouts.
I'm so sorry. In the middle of my.
Years old.
Okay, thank you.
So I was 16 years old. All right, mind you, these are grown women. All right.
How old do you think?
I mean, I'd say the youngest one was probably 22, 23 years old. You know, they're fit, and so we're supposed to scrimmage them. And I mean, I'll be honest, I'm nervous because like this is the national team. These are like.
Did we name the country yet or no?
Huh?
Did we name the country yet? Okay, I didn't know because you know those fields.
Did we name the country yet? Yeah.
You know those
US
fields
women's need.
Okay, because you know
So
those.
the best of the best.
Yeah, but you know those.
And I'm going to tell you here in a minute. Okay, the best of the best. It's the best of the best. All right. So I was 16 years old. I'm at IMG. We got mixed between the academy group and the CDL. You remember CDL, right, Troy? They were like the second of the academy, even though the academy were a bunch of douchebags. They weren't that good. They just, you know. But anyways, at the end of the day, we got mixed up. We play against the women's national team. Now, these women were like, they were trying out. And I knew these were some legit women because you know who I fucking went against? I was playing left wing. And you know who's my right back?
The defender?
Uh-huh.
Who's the right back?
Rapinoe.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I fucking remember that. I literally I literally remember that.
Yeah.
Distinctively remember that.
That's cool.
And I remember going 50% my speed and blowing past her.
No.
And I remember us crushing them 4-1.
The women's
This
U.S.
was-
national
yes.
team. The
Now-
ones who just...
Yeah. Look, man, this was obviously years ago. Now, look, I'm not saying that you get me now and we play. Maybe if you get a bunch of us and we play, we might be all right. I'm just saying. It was a pretty fucking shocker that day for me. Big time shocker. I watched them play Japan years ago when Japan whooped their ass. And I was glad Japan whooped their ass because that was that tsunami that happened. So I was glad Japan won, you know what I mean, for their people.
Okay.
Back when the World Cup was like 2000 and... When did that tsunami happen? 2014? 2002. Did you say 2002? Dude, it happened in 2014. Japan won the World Cup. They beat your women's national team. I'm glad they whooped their ass. But all I'm just saying is it's pretty incredible how a group of 16-year-olds beat the women's
4-1
national.
though.
4-1.
Say your age at that time.
I was 16 years old.
How is that possible?
I mean, I could say some things, but I'm not going to, get controversial and get canceled here. So I'm just going to say it is what it is. We were more skilled that day. I mean, I guess it was just our day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just our day, I guess. You know what I mean?
Hey, so...
They do it 10 out of the times, they might get 9.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, yeah, that was the story.
So, apart from the skill difference, was there any physical difference?
Absolutely not, man. Absolutely not. No physical difference whatsoever.
Uh-huh.
Faster, stronger, even at 16 years old.
Oh, that's what I meant. Was there a difference between you and them?
Hell no.
What do you mean, no?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, there was a big difference. I'm a little spacey right now.
All right, and so let me ask one thing I've always thought about Troy and Chance.
What?
Truly, like, this is a true thought that I've had. I have nothing against women's soccer. I think
Not at all.
I think the women's national team, U.S. national team,
Man,
plays quality soccer.
Hey, I'm not trying to get in that conversation. Like,
No,
I'm not
man,
trying
listen.
I'm not trying to be apologetic about it. Look, they are great. They're great. They whooped ass. They got, 3-4 World Cups?
Yeah, they're loaded.
They're
right
fucking,
now.
they're legit.
Hold
I ain't
on.
trying to talk shit.
No, I know. Before I forget my my thought. So, like, lately I thought, right? Like, women's professional soccer use the same measurements as men's professional soccer, right? No, over the field, the size of the field,
Yeah.
size of the goal,
Yeah.
size of the ball,
Yeah.
size of everything else, right? So then my question, like, I've watched women. I enjoy watching the U.S. women's
Brother.
national. Wait,
All
all
right.
right, I got something for you. And sometimes there'll be certain goals that are scored from the women's professional teams where there's no strategy to it. They get the ball, rip it from like 30, 40 yards, and the keeper's watching it come, bro. But they can't jump high enough.
Okay.
They can't jump high enough to get the ball, right? So
they score one of them.
score a goal, right? And everybody loses it. No problem. Hey, you scored, no problem, right?
Do that
And
against the man.
And no. And props to you. So my question and thought process was this: can we somehow minimize those types of goals? Can we make a smaller goal, slightly smaller? I'm not saying they're playing a 9v9 goal, but can we do a customized measurement
Or just
where
don't.
if those shots are being made at a certain distance, our keepers or women as keepers have a much greater chance of making the save?
My big thing, if we're going to go into that, first of all, fucking the WNBA.
Wait.
No, I know. But we're going into measurements. We're going into measurements because women's soccer, you get your Fatimas or whatever. What now? The Brazilian. What was her name?
Marta.
Marta. You get your Martas. You get your Abby Wambachs. You get skilled players. Who's the number 14 on the U.S. She's tall.
Morgan.
Nope. 14. She's good. And she might be wearing number 10 now, but she's good. Skilled players. So don't get me wrong. Yeah, I hear you. The goals, yeah, they can be some horseshit goals, whatever. There's still some skill I see some from these chicks.
For sure.
I should say
For
chicks.
Sure.
I ain't trying
We're
to.
but my
point is, if we're gonna go into changing things, the WNBA, which loses $10 million a year,
They lose
$10 million.
How do they lose that?
They don't make a profit. It's because the NBA supports them. The NBA siphons off some money to pay their WNBA players.
Really?
And that's literally, they're not getting that money back.
Yeah.
So they're basically like, here's a charity run. Here you go. My point is, it is so unskilled, the game. It is so slow. You got to do something to bring in the fans.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Now, this part you might want to. This part you might want to.
I feel like
you might
this-
want to edit me out of this.
I feel like no.
But I'm gonna say what
I
I'm
feel it
gonna
has to do
say.
something with Duncan.
No, I ain't gonna be Duncan. This is for anything. You want it to be entertaining?
No, bro. I don't.
Well, have you noticed with the men's athletic wear, it's through the years gotten tighter and tighter?
100%.
Why?
I think for athletic reasons.
So they don't pull your jersey.
No, I think comfortable athletic reasons. You're lighter.
Could it also not be that you can see the dude's muscles and stuff?
Yeah. It's more
No, I'm not
attractive.
yeah, right. So,
I think the same reason for soccer as well.
let me ask you, boys. No, you don't. Just let me talk. When the Summer Olympics come on, all right, the women's sports. What sport are you watching, boys?
The Women Olympics.
The Women Olympics, Summer Olympics. Which sport are you watching?
Summer Olympic.
Hey, my boy said it over there. My boy said it, and he
What'd he say,
he
Chan?
put the microphone so he say no. He's got to
Look,
say it with your chest, man.
Troy said volleyball.
Absolutely.
Is that accurate?
Oh, very accurate. If you don't watch volleyball, I'm questioning your sexuality.
Okay.
Do you watch women's volleyball during the summer?
In my defense, I have never watched a women's Olympics, and that's truth.
That's fair. That's fair.
And 100% truth.
So, Troy, let me ask you.
Troy.
Why is it that you watch the women's volleyball?
That is.
What?
They're great athletes.
They're great athletes. Why else?
They have great uniforms.
There you go. Case in point, my man said it with the absolute chivalry and truth he could say it. They have great uniforms, and that's precisely it. And so, if you want to bring the fans in, there's your point. Change your uniforms. Change your uniforms. Now look, I'm gonna have
-10 into a positive.
absolutely 100. Oh man, you would have that crowd. You would have that stadium packed. Now I know there's gonna be a bunch of feminists, a bunch of them gonna say, "Oh well, hey, that's sexist." No, it isn't. We live in a world where guess what sells? Sex.
Yeah.
Sex sells. Bodies sell. And so at the end of the day, if you guys aren't cutting it with, where you going, dude?
He's going to the bathroom.
Dude, that's my bathroom. Go down there. Go to the right.
Sorry, I should have told you. He told me that I didn't.
Yeah. So, sex sells. All right. I'm not trying to say, hey, women is what you're trying to sexualize women. No, it's not what I'm trying to do. You're still gonna go watch them do the same sport. They're still gonna compete. It's just that their uniforms are gonna be a little bit more showy.
How is the uniforms right now? Truly, I don't remember.
I mean, it's just
Kind of like old schoolish,
It's just like
regular.
yeah, regular basketball shorts and stuff. But
Like
I'd
if
say
they were at the park.
yeah, if they're at the park. But I say you got to hike them up. You got to tighten that shirt, show a little more
Boy,
cleavage. No, I'm not trying. I'm not. Look, I really am
It's
not.
just your honest
It's
opinion
my honest
on how
opinion
you
on
could
how
profit the model.
on how you could bring more fans. Because here's the thing. So Bill Burr, what he was saying the other day is like, look, you know who should be packing the fuck stadiums?
Women's basketball.
Women's basketball. The women. You're feminists.
Mm-hmm.
Feminists should be out there freaking screaming, fuck yeah, women, woo, yeah.
Supporting them.
Because is that not what feminism is about? Is also, like, for me, true feminism, from what my fiance tells me, is equality.
Fair enough.
That's what I love about my
your,
fiance.
Your education or idea of feminism is coming from a female.
Is coming from a female, and it's equality, and I believe in that. I don't believe feminism is fuck men, fuck the patriarchy, blah blah blah, women rule, blah blah blah. I don't believe in that bullshit. I believe that you know what, fair and because hey, if you really think about it, 100 years ago, women or 120 years ago, women were allowed to just vote. It's pretty fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, you got to understand that, you know, there was a lot of freedoms and liberties stripped from them throughout history, and then that they're getting back. But the point I'm trying to say is, if true feminism was there, they should be supporting those packing those stadiums,
100%.
supporting those girls.
Maybe not
right?
even packing
Yeah,
it,
maybe not
but
even-
like really showing support.
Yeah. But no, where are they at? I love what Bill Burr said. They're fucking at home watching Desperate Housewives or watching some fucking drama show and loving that. Meanwhile, what will men do? Men will fucking get their shirt off, paint their belly, paint their face, go fuck yeah, you know, blah, 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 for their team.
At the basketball game.
At the basketball game, at the games. If you've never looked at a basketball game in Europe, go on YouTube and just type in what's one of the best, like Real Madrid versus Barcelona, even that one for basketball. Dude, that is an atmosphere you'd want to just test out. Be like,
Really?
whoa, dude, they are singing, they are chanting, they're like freaking doing what they do for soccer, but in a tight little pack basketball stadium. You know, can you imagine that? That would be nuts, where it gets smoke and the smoke's not coming out of the top of the soccer stadium. It's staying in there, so it gets kind of foggy. The freaking, you know, the coaches can tell the players, fuck you, and sit down. Where today in our NBA, the players tell the coaches, fuck you, and they tell them to sit down.
Yeah.
So it's different. The atmosphere is different. You know what I'm saying? It's freaking different. And so that's all I would do is, you know, to maximize that profit in this country, you know, sex sells. So change your uniforms, women, and you'll probably get some more. I'm not trying to be, you know, that's just my honest opinion.
Yeah, and that's a food for thought. And you know what? That's the first time I've heard the uniform strategy. I honestly, and I mean, I get it, because you want to be as real as possible. I mean, it's either a conversation you have on a podcast or a conversation you have off the podcast. I mean, that's a potential reality. You know, that type of attraction rings numbers, right? But yeah. So in regards to a change in size of a goal, how does that directly translate into the WNBA?
Oh, you got to lower the hoop, maybe shorten the lines. You know what I mean? Because some of them are sharpshooters, you know.
Yeah.
Some of them are great. Like, what's her name? Candace Parker's great. Brittany Griner was good before she, you know. And for her, at the end of the day, you know, like Joe Rogan said, she dribbles a basketball. Why should she get, you know, fair treatment when there's countless other people in prison right now for the same thing? And yet she wants freedom. It's like there's other people in our country that are in prison that want, you know.
And real quick before we move on to that, so that was why I said that, right? Because I feel like there's a slight unintentional discredit towards what the men athletes can do and how they perform, and I feel like we can maximize or magnify the skill set of women in soccer specifically. I don't watch basketball that much, but we can magnify their skill set and the things that they're able to do and make the performance look better, maybe by sizing down the goal a little bit and making it more competitive for the offensive team to get by the keeper, right? I feel that there are certain tournaments or World Cups that win a certain way because of certain goals, not because of certain skill set difference, you know? I can't think of one specifically, but I wonder how many women's teams missed out on a real fight for the World Cup because they got scored on from like 35 yards out and the keeper was just too short and couldn't jump. How many? How many countries missed out on the opportunity to experience a fight for the World Cup final because somebody just said, I'm going to put my head down and rip this. And I'm going to hope it goes somewhere within that rectangle.
Like over her head and under the bar.
Exactly.
Right there, right in that little
and
sweet
what
spot.
frustrates me too, it's like,
I mean, bro, if it
I
ain't
see
broke,
sometimes
don't
like the
fix it.
way like the goalkeepers jump. And it's like,
It's unathletic.
It's unathletic. And I get it. That's why there's a women's league.
Yeah.
But what can we do to really minimize those situations? And I've always thought about just a size reduction in goals. Nobody would notice, bro. It'd be maybe an inch or two
Yeah.
from the top.
Even if he brought the field in.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Here's the thing. Fastest woman in the world ran the 100-yard or whatever in 11 something. Men run it in 10.
Okay.
We're second faster.
Yeah.
My point is our speed compared to their speed is different. So if you compact the field a little bit more, it essentially make them look faster.
Yeah, I'm not interested in speed though.
I am because, dude, the game's fucking boring when you're watching it slow.
It is slow. Obviously, there's some physical.
Troy
difference.
knows, man. Troy's just being diplomatic right now.
No,
'cause,
but
he
there
doesn't wanna see,
there is
I get
physical
him.
differences, of course, between men and women, and I think that it's hard to deny. Sure, you'll have your what's it called? Your exceptions, but majority of the time, men are physically superior in speed, strength, bro. Like that's not that's not private information, or like that's true. But that's why women's league can sometimes be typically slower in movement or game speed. I don't know if I like the quality of the game already. Sure. I mean, if that case, what if the men's performance could be faster as well and make them super fast? The reason I say that
Did you guys see that new movie, Prey?
No.
Did you like it?
I heard it was good. Joe Rogan said it was good.
It was good. Go ahead, Troy. Go ahead.
I feel like I know where you're bringing this into.
Not at all. I'm changing the
think so?
subject real quick. Yep, that's
Oh,
what I
okay.
did. That because I'm.
He's like, all right, y'all talk.
Yeah.
So you think a man could have done that better? I'm gonna bring it back in.
Yeah. You think a man
Wait a minute. Time out.
You think a man could have
Oh, wait, is that the you
made
really,
a shorter movie?
Is that what you're trying to say? Like, are you asking me legit? Or are you laughing? Like right now? Okay, because like, no, I mean, for me, in all intents and purposes, that movie was cool. I liked it. I just don't like. I wish they would have done something different. You know, every Predator movie, they always trap him in the end to kill him. So I wish they would. And even in this last one, you know, I'll be honest, it was. I enjoyed it. I really did. I liked the woman lead. She was great. That was realistic. A native woman, you know, do a warrior like that. That was realistic. You know, it's not like she fucking, you know, hit him and knocked him back 10 feet and shit. It's like, you know, she was pretty realistic. Her brother in that movie was dope as fuck. You know what I mean? He got, you know, what I liked is that Alien had a bit of a primal look to him, you know what I mean? And that's what I liked. His technology, you know, was shooting arrows and whatnot, and have lasers and all that bullshit, you know, and which is kind of fucking weird. It has lasers, as like it can point lasers on you, but it shoots metal rods. That's a little fucking weird. It's like alien technology hasn't like developed like. Anyways, that was the weird part, but
Because it was from the 1700s to like the newest ones that they made. Is that
yeah,
what you're
exactly.
saying?
It was just like.
It's the same.
Yeah, you know, and you know what they tried to tie in. I don't know if you saw at the end. They gave that spoiler alert. They gave that pistol. She, you know, he gave that pistol to her.
The pistol.
Yeah, at the end there's a pistol.
Oh yeah, to the
head.
Yeah, the head guy. Yeah.
You know, the Native American, right?
Yeah.
He gets the pistol, or
Yeah.
he hands the pistol to the.
She hands it to him.
So the reason being, have you ever seen Predator 2? You get an opportunity to watch Predator 2 because at the end of Predator 2, that same Predator gives him the main lead in that movie the pistol. So they kind of tied that back in. It was kind of bullshit because how it was originally going to go, man, if you guys want to ask me any type of bullshit about anything, I might know something. So, but anyways, it was interesting because after Predator 2, they were going to make a whole nother series that the movie was going to be back in the 1700s. And not during, like, the fucking Native Americans, but during, like, the ships and pirates and all that. And there was a guy that on the pistol, his name, I forgot his name, he was going to be the main lead in that movie. And he fought some pirates, and this alien sees him fight the pirates and helps him out and all this bullshit. But they never made that movie they made it into a comic series. They never made the movie because number 2 did so poorly that they did not make another Predator movie until like fucking 2008, and it was like that was the last one. It was like 1988 or something like that. So it took them 30 years. That's what I mean. That's back when it's like, you fucked up, you're done. See ya. You're 30 years. We're gonna revive this franchise. It's not like nowadays where it's like, oh, guess what? You know that Hellboy that came out 10 years ago? Yeah, we're just gonna make a new one. It's like, dude, give it a little time to fucking rest. Like, even, like, the Black Panther, my man just died, and they're like, well, we got to replace him. It's like, dude, just have it where it's like Black Panther got stuck in the multiverse. He's gone for, like, I don't know. He's gone. Don't know what happened to him. And then 10 years later, fucking bring him back as somebody else. Be like, yeah, dude, I was stuck in the multiverse. Something happened, blah, blah, blah. I became a new person. Oh, that's what happened to Black Panther. Not, he just died. Well, we're going to replace him with a woman lead.
Oh, yeah. They are.
007, James Bond. Last one they make, I'm the new one, and it's a chick. Come on, dude. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I don't like this whole piggybacking on the stories that were essentially men roles, and then the woman just fucking. Well, what if it was a woman Superman? What if you see the new She-Hulk?
Yeah. Hey, that's a good point though.
What if look at Star Wars. Star Wars is literally, oh my god, I don't know if you guys like Star Wars. Do you like Star Wars?
That's all right. I haven't gotten into it.
You guys got to get into it. It's great. Even the new shows you've seen, like on Disney Plus, Mandalorian or Boba Fett or any of that.
I saw like 2 episodes. Those were pretty cool.
Was the Mandalorian? Which one? Boba Fett.
The one with like Obi-Wan Kenobi. That one.
Oh, you watch Obi-Wan Kenobi then?
That's what it was called.
Yeah, that one was sweet. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just like, they got good stories. They need to kind of. It's such a big universe. I'm getting nerdy right here, man. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? If I'm derailing your conversation, sorry. But simple and put, Prey was good. I would have done something different. You know what I mean? Or just a little bit different. But it was a good movie. I don't know if you guys seen any new movies or if you like watch any new TV shows or whatnot.
The Boys.
The Boys, you like that? The Boys are good.
Did you finish it?
I didn't finish it.
No, I finished it yesterday.
You like it?
I mean, I think it's interesting, bro. It's a different look at like superheroes.
Yeah, I think it's a more realistic look.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, these are like real people. These people are not just that pure. Yeah. You know, they're like. Have you ever seen it, Adrian?
No. That's my next one. My brother's watching it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It puts a real take on superheroes and like, you know, shows like. Yeah, it's a good show.
The one I'm currently watching is it's a little bit different genre. All right, it's called.
You watching Bridgerton?
No, it's called Suits.
Oh, you're watching the old fucking.
Really? Really? Are you done with it?
I finished it. Yeah, I love it.
I haven't got into
Hey,
it.
did you like that?
What?
When I said it and like me and him.
What? He got an orgasm? Yeah.
No. Like you didn't know what we were talking about.
No, I didn't, because I like to be a part of it.
No, man. Look, hey, honestly, Suits was one that my brother recommended, and I was like, screw it. I had already finished. I had finished, and I say this kind of shamefully. I say it shamefully. No, it's a phenomenal show, but I'm ashamed.
The way he even said that was a little.
No, it's a for real phenomenal show. I'm legit.
Brother, say it.
Okay, but what I'm ashamed of is how fast I finished it.
Just watch. Tell me.
No.
Glow?
It's Game of Thrones.
Oh, bro, that's amazing.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I said. What are you doing?
You don't like it?
Well, no. What's that look for?
What are you ashamed about?
Because of how fast I finished it.
Bro, here's the
I
thing.
watched
You're glad.
from beginning
no,
to end.
No.
All right, go ahead.
You are so. Wait, tell me how long it
How
took
did
you.
that feel?
How long it took you. That felt really good.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
All right.
You got a permit for that gun?
Yeah.
Okay.
8 seasons.
Yeah, I know, but how long?
I'm confirming that, right?
Yeah, 8 seasons.
Yeah.
How long? A
What do you
week?
mean, probably.
1 week?
Okay.
3 days?
3 weeks.
That's not bad. Okay,
8
imagine. No.
seasons.
Listen.
When I
That's not bad.
as much as I could.
That's not bad. Listen, brother.
No. I got something worse than that though.
Imagine going 8 years of the fucking entire show
Uh-huh.
to be disappointed
Yeah.
when you could have probably stopped at season 5 and went, yeah, you know what? That's about it. That's all I need to watch the show. It's done. It's
You know
over.
what?
You know what? I don't need to watch anymore. But no, you committed yourself to the end.
You know
and
what,
I
though?
watched it all the way to the end, and I was thoroughly disappointed because of how they went out. They fucking went out like, are you kidding me? With the White Walkers?
Yeah.
They're so bad in it. And they're defeated in one episode.
Not even that. They're defeated.
I would have had a whole season of that.
They were defeated by killing one
dude. What were the other 6 for?
Yeah. Exactly.
And you know what I loved is how magically they kept getting more like Dothraki, kept getting more fucking unsullied when, like, you know, in the beginning when the Dothraki got all their fucking swords inflamed.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went at that. That was probably one of the scariest moments, I gotta be honest. If
Yeah.
I was one of them horsemen and I was going at that zombie horde and I just seen this wave of zombies fucking piling on top of me. Bro, and you just see all the flames go out.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, that scared the fuck out of me. That's
yeah.
that part, I'll be honest, out of the entire season, that was like the coldest part. Because it was like, you're like, yeah, Dothraki, let's go.
Everybody's
They're going to
pumped.
fuck some shit.
And they got flaming
They got
swords.
flaming swords. They got blessed by Azor Ahai. You know, that was the fucking... And then just you see as they get closer, he's looking like this. And then he looks up and you're like, oh, you're fucked, dude. You're fucked. There's no way you're getting... And then the biggest thing is, why didn't Jon and Daenerys get on their dragons and just start lighting them bitches up? Just
Why weren't they the first to
literally
do
just
that?
start from the start, just lit them up. And even if that one came from the sky, it's like, there's 2 of you bitches, fight that. It's like, the tactics were wrong. You never send your cavalry fucking first like that into a death trap when they're storming. Like, you don't do
Wait,
that.
but they couldn't see though.
They could not see.
They rode into the darkness.
Literally complete darkness. Could not see. Like, fuck it. What's, you know, we'll see what happens. We got a flaming sword. It's like kind of like it's a 2-in-1. It works as a torch and a sword.
Yeah.
It's called a sorch, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But anyways, they went in and they got fucked. And then what I loved is when they're inside the castle, how all the main characters are like pushed up against that wall. You remember? And it's like, y'all ain't getting slaughtered? Not yet. When you 5 can hold off a horde of undead.
I thought the same thing, bro.
A horde of the undead.
Yeah.
And then, out of nowhere, that little Arya, I told you, she was going to close green eyes, blue eyes, and white eyes. It's like, oh my God, so she was supposed to be the one that killed, like... It was just dumb. There were so many cool little stories, like how Bran the Builder. Did you ever hear about that one?
Bran the Builder?
Yeah, like how Bran. So you know how he can like warp and go back in time. So there was this thing, because if you watch back in season 1 when he's all crippled up in the bed, the grandma that's fucking like always telling him stories and shit. She's like, "You ever heard of Bran the Builder?"
Yeah.
So what's his name?
Bran.
And what was Bran the Builder known for? Building the fucking wall. So there's this theory that Bran went back in time, built the wall. Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
And because he keeps going back in time to stop what's going to happen.
But he doesn't go back in time physically, does he?
Yeah, because how do you think he got into, that's how he got Hodor, remember? Yeah. Hold the door. He warped into his head. And it was like, damn, that's trippy as fuck.
Okay.
So because that's the whole crazy thing is Bran has been literally alive for longer than anybody. And what you're seeing is like the final time that they actually defeat the White Walkers. Because every single time he's gone back to try to stop them. And they keep failing. There was like a trippy shit with that.
Oh, that makes kind of sense,
right?
actually.
Dude, it was like, man, that would have been sweet. Nah. None of that. And then, what was it? Freaking Jon Snow is a Targaryen. What's up with that?
That was
What's
weird.
up with that?
Because that did nothing.
Did nothing. And it was supposed to be like, he was supposed to be the next king. You know, and he was supposed to be the next dude, this, that, and the other. And then there was this theory that... Because even, like, it was cool how they tied it in because even in the first episode, he's like, I want to know who my mother was or whatnot. And Ned Stark's like, when I get back, I'll tell you who your mother is or was or something like that. Kind of hinting at like he knew the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And stuff. But, he got killed. I thought Ned Stark was out cold, dude.
Yeah.
Ned Stark was the best one. He went out like, and also, who's another out cold? Was fucking...
Was it the brother?
No. The father of the Lannisters. Tywin.
The father?
Dude, Tywin was so out cold with some of his fucking lines. Like when Jaime's coming in and like being all a little bitch and he's butchering that fucking goat. He's like, a lion doesn't concern the opinions of sheep. I'm like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that is cold as fuck.
Yeah.
And what's crazy, if you notice he's gutting a deer, the episode before Baratheon, the big fat king,
Yeah.
what was his emblem? It was deer, and deer with fucking antlers.
Okay.
So in the episode before it was showing like the Lannisters were fucking plotting against him because he
Right.
was cutting a fucking
When was
deer
How
up.
recent did you watch this?
Bro, because
you do like the.
I do the theories, bro. Like
Yeah,
where they're
he does,
like,
like, the theory,
like
yeah.
where it's like Bran, you could supposedly hear if you listen. Like if you hear like a like a crow in the background, that's Bran.
That's tripping.
So in some earlier episodes and whatnot, you could probably hear Bran. So I've tried, dude. Yeah, that's what but that's what pissed me off with season 8, is they abandoned their attention to detail.
They're wrapping it up.
They're like they don't, because I think the writers were getting signed on to like some Star Wars bullshit or whatnot. But the point is the best stories are show don't tell.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean by that?
Show, don't tell.
Mm-hmm.
Show it, don't explain it.
Yes, but have you ever watched like a intro to a movie and it has the main character narrating what's going on?
Yeah.
Fucking worst way you can start a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because immediately the auditory, what it does is it disengages your visual because you're now listening. When the whole point of a movie, if you look at silent movies, why, like, people used to think, how could you watch a silent movie? Those were the best. Those were actually take the most skill. Because no auditory sound could tell you the story. Only their visual movements and actions could tell you the story that's going on. And if you could know what's going on based on how they moved and acted, that's a fucking story. Okay. So that's show, don't tell. So many movies nowadays. How many times have you been watching them? How many times you guys watched a movie and they fucking explain what's going to go on? Or they explain what's happening? Or they explain what's, you know what I mean? Am I talking some bullshit right now?
No, I mean, you're going into more of what you were talking about.
What?
Often.
And it just disengages you because it's like, dude, what the you know what I mean? Like, this is some bullshit. Like, that's why the movies in the 90s, 80s, bro, those are some of the best fucking movies ever. You ever get a chance, watch Out of Time with Denzel Washington and
Yeah.
I think Al Pacino, right?
I'm not sure, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, great movie.
That was like in the era of like Man on Fire as well.
Yeah, Man on Fire is another great fugging movie. These are movies that it's like,
Denzel Washington's cool.
fucking Robert De Niro, even James Caan that just passed away. You ever watch The Godfather?
No, I haven't.
Holy shit, you guys never watched The Godfather?
I haven't.
Man, you gotta watch that because that's an ultimate movie of literally show don't tell. Like, beautiful story of how the mob. You see how Al Pacino acts. You see how, what's his face? Fucking the big guy. I forgot his name. The father. But yeah, great movies. I don't know what your guys' movie. What type of movies you guys like? What's
So
your genre?
I'm gonna give two. I'm gonna give two recommendations for like Netflix or shows. Sorry.
Here, wait. Let's pause it real quick.
Pause it.
Yeah, real quick.
All right.
Wait. Tell me your two shows real quick.
Yeah, I'll tell you two shows. Suits. I have to. I don't care.
Fucking
who
brilliant.
says
Haven't
what.
watched it, but brilliant.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it. And Supernatural.
Dude,
Have you seen Supernatural?
they say I looked like that one dude.
Sam? You know what? I didn't think that until you said it, and you kind of like Sam.
Sam out cold.
You haven't seen it?
I think I tried.
Wow.
six-
He said tried.
16-year show. It's a good show.
You
man.
ready? 16 seasons,
Yeah.
whatever it is, about an hour each episode, about 20 episodes a season. I did 11 seasons in a month and a half.
Bro, you act like that's bad.
It is.
People do it all the time. Like,
Doesn't
dude,
make
you're
it
messing,
good.
dude. Here's
You
the
know?
thing. Here's the
Doesn't make
thing,
it okay.
guys.
If everybody does something bad, it doesn't
Yeah,
make it
but
okay.
at the end of the day, we're here. Hey, look. Here's the thing.
Wow.
Troy's got that charm. He's got
Yeah.
that, that young charm. That,
Troy, I think look. I'm gonna say something.
say it.
I don't think it's gonna go away, right? But it might go away. But if it does go away, don't be surprised that it went away. But if it doesn't go away, you're lucky, okay? And one day you're gonna think of me, you're gonna be like, oh, that's what he was talking about, right? Depending on what you go through in life, kind of like takes away some of who you are, because you like tend to run into so many, like, with who you are when you start out, right? You're a good person, you're a quality person. And then the more troubles you go through, the more pain that you get from other people, you start thinking to yourself, maybe it's because of how I am, right? Maybe if I was a little bit different, I wouldn't experience so much troubles. People wouldn't take so much advantage of me, or people wouldn't hurt me that much. So then what do you do normally, as any human being would do? They would try to adjust, right? In adjusting, you might want to change the way you are a little bit, right? Moving forward, so you can be quote unquote stronger, or you can be like, you're able to just execute things without experiencing so much pain, right? So the person who you are now is phenomenal. And the reason I say that is because I went through a little something like that myself, right? And sometimes you do have to change the way you are, not drastically. You have your, what's it called? Like your overall morals, right? Your foundation that you essentially run your life through. But sometimes when you experience a lot of hardship, pain, you're like, damn, maybe I should be a little bit different. And then you start leaving pieces of yourself behind until you realize who you are now in the future is a little bit different than who you were in the past, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you say that? Comment, Troy. Comment when
Hey, Troy said that was accurate. I haven't talked to Troy in 10 years. Why do you say it was accurate?
Yeah, that's why I'm asked. Why is that accurate?
Hardship, bro. Like, soccer was all I knew. So then as soon as that was done, I was just like, what the fuck am I going to do now?
Mm-hmm.
So I tried this. I tried that. I already told y'all a few of them. And I was just
Tell
like,
the audience, man, so they feel you got to connect. You got to connect with the
I
audience.
tried the stock market. I tried crypto. And I did decent. And then took a big loss. So then I took whatever.
What's decent? Like, did you know what I mean? Go and ball a little bit, or did you?
Nah, bro, nothing big, bro. I was.
Would you
was
invest in
senior-
Dogecoin or what? You know,
Oh, here's a quick story about that. I got in Doge at like 0.0066, some shit.
okay.
My dad goes, "Oh, dude, there's $1 billion market cap or whatever. It's not gonna go anywhere." That was Christmas. I sold it January, February, March, whatever. Elon Musk makes a fucking tweet, shoots through the moon. My dad calls me. He goes, "Hey, did you see Doge?" I was like, "Yeah."
Daddy, a believer in Doge now.
Yeah. He just goes, "I'm so
What
sorry."
it go up to? You know what I mean? Like 0.006 or what?
It's like 70 cents.
So how many? You know what I mean? 10x, 6. You know what I mean?
Bro,
Like,
to be honest, with the money that I put in it, I would have probably made like $3 grand, $4 grand. I only put like $30.
that's legit. Yeah, I did. My brother really did that, and he. I don't want to get sidetracked, but yeah, you were doing Bitcoin, you were doing
Yeah.
stock market,
I got into e-commerce.
e-commerce. So what were you selling? what were you selling? Broken hearts and dreams, or what, man?
Right? No, dude. What are they called? You know, like a Snuggie?
Yeah, a onesie.
Oh, like a onesie, just
One of them adult onesies.
adult ones. I was like, man, this is cool.
I always wanted to try to. Are those comfortable?
From what I've heard, they're very comfortable. I got my dad one.
100% comfortable.
You got one? Or is it just like an oversized baby one for you?
No. I've experienced one before. I don't personally have one now, but I've experienced one.
Like experience, like in terms of like somebody else gave you one?
Like
Like to
don't know
borrow?
when I put it on, but I remember when I put it on, I was like, damn. Like these onesies are coming.
That's a little interesting. I'm kind of wanting to know where you got to like try out a onesie.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's like something you don't really try unless you're butt ass naked in that thing.
Oh, onesie you could put with clothes on.
Oh, wait, who puts clothes on
Well,
in
I
a
mean, I
onesie,
don't-
man?
I don't
You're
remember,
sleeping
like-
in a onesie, right, Troy?
I don't remember like being like fully dressed.
This one was not for being fully naked. No.
What is this onesie?
What are you
It's just
I'm
like when you're
talking about-
cold and you're chilling on the couch and you're watching.
Yeah,
a
I'm
movie.
butt ass naked in that motherfucker.
Yeah, I guess you can be butt naked.
Yeah, exactly.
Technically, you
be
could.
butt naked anywhere.
Anytime, anywhere. Right now, I might. You don't know. No, but I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, so okay, you got an e-commerce. You're selling
Yeah.
some Snuggies. You selling like how'd you do?
Yeah.
Go through Amazon.
No, I did Shopify.
Okay.
Okay, why Shopify and not Amazon?
Because he came across.
Don't tell me about your social
No, it was
fucking
YouTube.
No, I'm
it
kidding.
was YouTube. I was
Oh,
like,
YouTube,
all right,
okay.
let me fucking try this, and I made it in like a week. I watched all these fucking videos, tutorials, and I made it in a week. I got it up and running.
Nice, man.
My mom was my first customer. My second customer. My mom was my third, fourth, and fifth customer.
Let's go.
Hey, man. Hey,
That's called support.
brother. At the end of the day,
Oh, my
exactly.
biggest supporter.
That's
ever.
called so. Hey, at the end of the day, if you don't have a, for those that don't have a mother or father that can't support you like that, it doesn't matter, man. It's the fact that they can do that, and I mean,
Mhm.
that gives you the confidence,
Yeah.
at least to try other things. That you got that safety net. You got the, mom or dad or both, if you're fortunate, to support you.
Yeah, so we're
you
very
know.
supportive, and I was like, well, I need money for marketing. So then my Uncle Brian helped me get this job, and it took up so much of my time, like I said, 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. and
It was salesman, so you're a
no,
car
it was a consult. It was a service advisor at a car dealership.
service advisor at a car dealership. Okay, so tell the audience a little bit what was the day to day. Like you said, 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. What were you doing? That was
No, I was up at 5 a.m.
Okay.
and then I would get there at like
Yeah. you-
5:45, start at 6 or something like that.
Damn, dude, they were.
Something like that.
Did
Maybe I'm
anybody fucking
exaggerating.
come in and buy a car at 6 o'clock?
Oh
in the
no,
morning?
I didn't deal with sales. It
Bro,
was
he's doing consulting.
consulting.
I know, but hear me out. All I'm saying is, who the fuck is up that early to buy a car?
okay, nobody's up that early to buy a car.
When do people?
The whole town was up early to service their damn vehicle. The whole town. That's what it felt like. It was a rush, bro.
Oh, really?
The second we opened, line.
Oh, wow.
Car.
And you would consult
and you would.
with people about fixing their cars.
Correct. And I didn't know shit about cars.
Yeah, so he would tell them.
I didn't know
"This is the
anything
quote,"
about cars.
and they'd be like, "All right, let's do it," or "No, piss off."
Exactly.
No, and see, that's the tough thing, because if they gave you a little bit of training, they gave you kind of a little bit of knowledge about the stuff, it gives you confidence. When you have confidence, you could be competent. When you're competent, and you could have been a little more, forthright in responding back. Say, no, actually, sir, you want this, blah, blah, blah. But they didn't train you, and so that's where it's kind of, I could see
It
how-
was a little bit of training. They were
Oh,
very
okay.
helpful and supportive. Anybody I went to ask for help, helped me instantly. And that was, huh?
That's not.
I followed somebody around for like,
You shadowed.
I shadowed for 2 weeks.
Yeah, but how many questions?
Fair enough. Shadows.
Yeah, but here's the thing: you could be shadowing me for a week, and if you don't ask, how many questions did you ask? Would you say? Did you ask a shitload of questions? Did you write down a bunch of answers?
Bro, I had fucking notes. of
That's
shit.
respect.
All day, every day, I was writing shit, asking shit, asking shit. And then when it came to being by myself, I was so freaking
So
nervous.
that's okay. So then that's where I would have flipped the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
He's your shadow now. So he should have watched you a little bit, kind of seen how you done it, and then said, "Hey, you know what? This is what you kind of want to do next time," because that's training. Look at Coach David. Whenever we would try to perform a move and we'd fuck it up, he'd say, "Actually, no, this is how you want to do it," and he'd correct your foot movement. He'd correct, how you plan, whatever, and then you could go out and execute it better, and it gave you more confidence. So they didn't train you.
I like that.
That's the truth.
No, so I get it. There is a little difference in the type of training that you did, which was a right along shadow. You learn as you go, and it's weird because wait, correct me if I'm wrong. You got the job in March.
January.
Oh, but you moved down to March.
Yeah.
All right. So I got my recent job in March.
Okay.
I went through a training process. Like for 2 weeks, they only trained me, right? They gave me scenarios. Sure, it's a little bit different line of work, But they gave me scenarios. I made sure I learned the product. I made sure I knew what to say when people told me certain things. But for 2 weeks, I would role play, right? I would
Huge.
product knowledge.
Huge.
And then when the 2 weeks were over, I only had 2 weeks. And so I made sure in those 2 weeks, I was like, boom, whatever I needed, I asked. So in 2 weeks, all right, let's go. And I was ready. And you know how I know, like, it was a good training? I was confident.
That's it.
That's how you know you went through a good training process.
Take a Forza training, boys.
Yeah,
How
so
confident were you after that?
Yeah, but it also because...
To the roof.
Yeah.
To the heavens.
Yeah, and that's actually a direct translation. It's like when you prepare enough for anything correctly, you're always going to be confident, right? So if your training is incorrect or inconsistent, come time to perform, your confidence level is probably not going to be there. And it's not always like it sometimes certain businesses or companies don't have it fully set up yet, or they run things differently. It doesn't mean it doesn't work. I just know that is a different, shadowing is a different process. Obviously, whenever I got on, I started to work, I was able to shadow somebody, but it was no longer training. It was just like, let me get some tips from you real quick because I need to go work, type of thing. So training processes are huge, man.
Huge. That's how you get rid of, that's how you limit turnover big time, and you limit people, you give people that, again, people need to have confidence to do anything. I mean, you both have been salesmen, even me a little bit. He's a fucking... Yeah, he's got some small story. We were talking out there. And
we're gonna role play.
When you're not confident in what you're selling and you don't believe in, that's another thing. When you don't believe in what you're selling, and it's very hard.
That is very hard, not impossible. But I made sure that what I was selling, I really believed it. Like,
so how did you get in that mindset of
the reality is like, and that's why I was telling Troy that I kind of feel lucky is because like what I'm selling, like people actually need.
What is it you selling?
So what I'm selling is digital marketing products, right? To people in the accounting industry, accounting vertical, whether it be tax professionals, bookkeepers, CFOs, payroll, and any people that do anything that want to have a business. We offer marketing products, digital marketing products for those services.
So you say, hey, yeah, we'll market for you on Instagram, Facebook.
Bro, you ready? So, hey, how you doing? Hey, we're just going around making contacts. We'd love to see if we might be able to, be of any service to you, right?
How could you service me?
Yeah.
I'm the account.
So what we do, honestly, we provide premium design websites, to really make your online presence, as strong as possible. And then we also have some marketing strategies that may be able to, help bring in more valuable clients for you. Or if you're looking for any client retention strategies, we can do that as well.
Well, I already have a website.
Okay. How long has it been since you've updated it?
I'd say it's been a few years.
Okay. Well, then just off the back, and I'm sure it's a phenomenal website, right? But having consistency with your website is definitely going to be important, right, in today's age. Your competitors are nonstop updating their website, right? If you want to stand a chance at any market share, you're definitely going to want to have a much more modern, up-to-date website, and we can do that for you. We take care of everything. You wouldn't have to lift a finger. We can create it, host it, maintain it, all for the same monthly fee.
So let's get down. Let's get down to brass tacks and numbers. How does your stuff directly correlate to my sales and me making more money? Why should I invest?
Right.
That's technically it. At the end of the day, is you guys are gonna obviously bring me more business.
Right. So the websites that we can do for you are going to be well-performing websites, right? We're no longer giving you a website that's going to sit there and just look nice. It's going to look nice and perform well as well, right? What we can do at the same time is we can give you website analytics, right? So now we're tracking the visitors that are on your website.
Okay, so let me ask you, with your people that you have serviced,
Mm-hmm.
what has been the average, I guess? Can't really do it? Can't quantify that?
It can't give you like a number of, what's it called? Conversions.
Yeah, conversions.
It's difficult.
It's difficult.
Yeah, because we just partnered. When I started, we were at 7,500 partners, and in March, April, May, June, 5 months, we just crossed 8,500.
Wow.
So it's like to keep track of how many conversions that each one of our clients did is difficult.
Right. I guess just for me, I'm more of a person. It's like, hey, this is how much we were doing, and then you guys came in, and then boom, there's a bit of an increase.
Yeah, of course. Can we do that on the individual level? Yeah. Can we look at, how many clients you had when we started you with our
Yeah.
services? Oh, for sure, yeah. I mean, we've had clients that, I mean, I've only been there 6 months, but I know of clients that we've had for years now.
Okay.
Right? I know of clients that when I started there, we set them up with premium design websites, SEO marketing, and also some pay-per-click campaigns. And then they've been looking at 2 to 3 clients a month, right? Off rip, that sounds weird, 2 or 3 clients, but you also got to understand the amount that they're actually billing per client, right? Some are billing 200 to 300 per client, right? So 2 or 3 clients a month, they're paying off the marketing itself plus more. So they're making profit, right? But that's also a snowball effect. They're also growing their clientele base at the same time. So your initial question was, or comment was, make sure that what you're selling you actually believe in. And that's why I believe in it, because they work. And that's why when I talk to people about it, people can hear my enthusiasm. If you don't have enthusiasm when you sell, I promise you, no one's going to believe you. Not even that, because it's like, you're really not excited about what you're talking to me about, bro. It's like, you're talking to me.
Why should I get excited?
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, at the bare minimum, even if you don't believe in your products, if you can fake some enthusiasm, I don't like the way that sounds when you fake, but that's the truth. If you want to
fake it till you make it.
If you want to stand a chance at any type of sales, you have to have enthusiasm behind anything you're saying.
Let's hear this story that Troy has with the sales.
It was very quick. I was shadowing to be a salesman.
The old shadow.
No shadow. So this friend of mine was making the attempt to move to Florida because he was selling solar. And I was like, all right, that's cool. That's what's up. He goes, bro, you can make this much money. And I was like, all right,
It's always speculation.
I believe you. I believe you. And then he goes, hey, we'll pay for your room, pay for your gas. Come down, check it out, see if you like it. I was like, all right. So I Sunday was my day off. Monday was my day off. So Sunday I drove across the state, 3 hours.
Oh,
bro.
tell me
I
this.
had a nice hotel room. I was good. And
Nice.
then
You felt like you were getting wined and dined.
I was getting wine and dine. Yeah,
Did you
for
kind
sure.
of, did you feel like you'd have to sleep with somebody, to be honest?
What do you? Oh, no.
I'm just kidding. No, I want to wear them. I was getting tangled up. But anyways, go on. You wine, dine. They were giving you the whole spiel. But what happened?
Yeah. So when it came to finally shadowing someone, bro, it was door to door.
Door-to-door sales.
Door-to-door sales, and it was brutal, bro.
Oh, yeah. I had a couple of them guys knocking on my door. I know what that's
How do you
like.
treat them?
Me, all right, it's dependent. I listen to them. I'll listen. I'm like, man, dude, this guy's probably going to do it.
You let them give them
I'll let them give
spiel?
the spiel,
Yeah.
There's one time I was a little irritated, and the lady's like, are you drunk? I was like, all right, I can't talk to you right now, man. Like, I was just tired, and I was sleeping. I was just like, dude, hurry up with your salesman. She's like, what are you trying to sell me? And so, yeah, my short temper, probably wasn't good. But, yeah, no, I mean, that's tough. Door-to-door sales, I'll be honest, it can work, but in today's day and age, it's such an old-school method.
Yeah. And so I was paired with this 21-year-old kid from another state. Bro, he was motivated, like...
He was pumped.
He was pumped, bro. He's like, I got my workout in this morning. I'm fucking ready. Let's go.
Oh, he got swole.
I was like, all right. So like, I'm feeling the energy. He's got me a little excited. He goes, knocks on his first door. Bro.
Gets roundhoused.
Basically, bro. They don't. They just talk shit like immediately. Like, what do you want, dude? What can I help you with? Like, and the training in the morning. They had a training. It was about smoke screens. How to maneuver the smoke screens, how to maneuver excuses.
So how do you maneuver that?
He was ready. Dude, they basically just say, oh, yeah, okay, that's awesome. And then they jump into their pitch. And then he says something like some other smoke screen. And he goes, oh, yeah, okay, awesome. And then he jumps back into the pitch. Like, he just keeps ignoring.
No, damn, dude, that guy.
Them, and he just keeps
What were
going.
you like the whole time? Just smiling?
I was standing there in the back like,
yeah.
Bro, he wants us to go. Hurry up.
That's
he wants
tough.
us to leave.
That's tough.
So it was a few houses like that. One house that I recall was willing to listen and like, all right, yeah, we'll schedule an appointment with someone else, which is his job. His job was a setter. All he had to do was schedule appointments, set appointments.
How much did you make off of that? Like every appointment?
If he set an appointment, I think his cut was like $2,000 to $3,000.
Huh?
Yeah,
$2,000 to $3,000
for solar.
For solar.
Yeah.
The guy who
Okay.
closes, the closer, I think made 7, 8, depending on the size.
Even if you set up the appointment, they have to close, right? For you to get the money, clearly.
They have to close.
I mean, yeah. It's a numbers game.
So I was like, dude, be honest, man. Are you actually making money? Like, is this... He goes, oh, no, I made 20 grand.
This past year.
It was in January.
So you made 20 grand in January.
I'm not going to say in January, but like in the last, like I said 2 months or something. And he was like,
10 grand a
I,
month.
I made 20 grand.
That's not, but it's again, at the end of the day, it's cash flow in a month. You could have, I'd rather have 2 grand consistently a month than 10 grand every now and then.
He's a 21-year-old kid, bro,
then,
just door to door, fucking living by the beach. Bro, funny enough, it was in the town I went to, Eastern Florida, my junior college. I was just like, oh man, this is crazy. So it was like, it felt like a sign from God or something. Like, maybe you should come back into this town and try this. And then I didn't like it, dude.
That's a sign from Satan, homie.
I was honest.
That's a sign from God.
The kid that brought me, I was just like, bro, honestly, this is not for me, man. Like, I'm not going to enjoy it. I'm not going to be happy. I can't sell this.
That's it. And, it's better to do that than try to fucking force yourself through it and, bullshit your way, and then you just hate yourself and hate your life. You're young. You're still figuring it out, man. And fuck, dude. It's crazy.
So one thing that I do have to, so it was door to door. So one thing that the biggest reason I like sales, the biggest, right? And I didn't even realize that sales is one of the like better paying skill sets that you can have. Sales. It's a great skill. Yeah, but that's one of the higher paying ones, right?
Oh yeah.
But the only reason like I ever and still am so interested in sales is because you get to constantly talk to people, constantly talk to different kinds of people. You have different personalities that you run into, right? You have the people that say piss off, what do you want? People that hear you out. So what do you have to do? You have to constantly stay on your toes and adjust like on the beat, right? And everybody has their own strategies. But door-to-door sales recently, I've heard, depending on what service it is or whatever, that's one of the more profitable methods still. Why? Because the area that you're covering, you get door to door, you get essentially leads that are already there. You don't have to prospect that much in the sense that you don't have to go out and call people that you don't know anything about, right? You're offering a service of solar panels, right, around a neighborhood to homes that you believe could use it. So there, and you just said it yourself, the appointment setter is getting $2,000. The commission check for the closer is 7 or 8. I mean, that's a ridiculous commission, bro.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's a number. Sales is a numbers game.
Exactly.
So yeah, you make it 3, but how many of those appointments you got to set up to get that 3,000?
It's a grind.
Like fuck, it's just like
but you're saying it yourself. It's a numbers game, right? And when anything that has to do with numbers game, you have to do the numbers.
Yeah.
You have to. It's like it's not even about all right. Well, how many do I got to do to make a sale? It's like you don't even worry about that, bro. Like if I tell you 50, and if in 50 you don't sell, you're gonna quit, right? But if you ask me how many do I got to do to close a sale, it's like I'm not gonna tell you a number. Because the reality is that you have to do as many as possible until you get a sale, right? And that's essentially like I take that as a challenge. I used to be in Troy, if I may, when I first got into sales, I would get so discouraged at the no's, bro. Like I would talk to people and they'd be like uninterested and be like, dude, what? And I'd be like, damn, maybe I suck, bro. Like, what am I doing here? And then no. And I'm like, no, bro. Like I got to adjust. I can do better. I can talk to people. I know this. In my past, I've been able to communicate with people. They've liked the things that I've said. I have something here. I just need to refine it. And I have. And now, bro, when people tell me no or like, I take that first as a challenge, right? All right. Now what do I do when they're not interested? My primary objective is how long can I keep them on the phone, right? Notice how I said that I'm not trying to sell them anything. I just want to see how long that we can have a conversation after you've already told me that you're not interested. What's that going to do at the same time? First, you're practicing your adjustment, your skill set. You're keeping them on the phone when they already told you they don't want to talk to you, right? And at the same time, without them knowing, you're building trust, you're building rapport, right? 3, 4, 5 minutes in, by the end of the conversation, they're like, you know what, man, this guy's not that bad. He's not only interested in selling me something because we've been talking for 5 minutes and he hasn't mentioned anything about sales, okay? Now what do? They like you. You like them. You set another appointment. Now they hear you out a little bit more. The reason I say this, coincidentally, this is so weird how life works, right? The fact that we're even talking about this. This Friday, I had a lady. This Thursday, I called a lady, right? She's like, hey, I'm just interested. She's like, I just want to know more about you. She was like, off the back, like explosive, bro. Short fused. And it's like, I presented her with all the solutions. I heard her pain points. What's your problem? These are the solutions. You know what? Like, what is the price for that? This, 100, this is the month. No way I'm paying that. That's ridiculous. She went off, bro. I was like this on the another side of the screen. I was like, on my headset, right? I was like, boom. All right, I'm not going to sell this lady. I know I'm not going to close her. How long can I keep this lady on the phone? But so I was like, no, I completely understand the problem. It's like, and I forgot which. I was like, how long have you been in business? Obviously you do a great job at what you do. What do you do and how long have you been doing it? Oh, I do this. I've been doing it for about 10 years now. I said, oh, awesome. I was like, where'd you get your education from? Oh, I went to school I did 4 years and just got certified. I was like, really? That's incredible. I was like, are you excited obviously to start on your own, like your own journey? She's like, you know what? I am. Like, I'm super excited because I'm tired of working for other people. And I was like, I love that mindset. I agree with everything you're saying. I get so excited when I talk to clients that they're about to take that step for themselves and into their own journey. And I think what you're doing is completely correct, right? 5 years from now, you're going to be glad that you took the step. She's like, I know, and I'm looking forward to it. And I was like, and then essentially, right, you start diffusing those emotions. And then she's like, okay, and I was like, okay, so what is your plan? What's your plan moving forward? Like, what are you really looking for? If you're taking a step on your own, what are you really looking for? She's like, well, I want to have, I want to start my own business. I want to have a good website that people can see, right? And I want to get more clients. And her name was Alice. I was like, Alice, you know what? Your mindset is exactly where it needs to be. And I think you're talking to the person you need to talk to. It's like everything that you need, we have it. Sure, maybe it doesn't fit the cheapest price point that other competitors have, but I guarantee you that if you go to other competitors for the cheapest price, you might get a cheaper service. And I think that's where we that's where we come in. We can be competitive in that aspect. Our customer service, if anything goes wrong, we got you. We'll take care of it. And she's like, okay, well, you know what? She's like, tell me what you can do for a website and PPC marketing. And that's our most expensive one, bro. PPC marketing. So I went from a piss off, I'm not interested. No, a pay-per-click. Yeah. Google ads. And then she's like, you know what? And so I went from a piss off, I'm not interested, to tell me what you can do for a website and pay-per-click advertisement. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, that's what I like about it. It's the challenge within itself, but also having to adjust to different personalities and potentially coming out on top with in this case, sale or a benefit for both parties. Thanks, man. Hey, now, but what's my mindset? And obviously, I don't think anybody from work's gonna watch this, but my mindset is now this: if I'm getting paid this much, you good?
I'm listening, Doc.
He's awake. Guys, don't. He's awake.
I'm just listening.
I'm sorry. You still gotta tell us that story, man. It's your fault. You started interviewing this guy about sales, and I got in it. All right.
I'm listening. All right, I'm the new host now. I'm Jigadrin. What's up? Jigadrin right here, Doc. Right here.
Nah, so damn, what was I saying? What was I saying, Chance?
Dog, you were trying to sell me ice or some sort, bro. End of the day,
no, man, look, honestly, guys, look. So now my thought process is this: if I'm getting paid this much to sell these products, I know damn well these ain't the most expensive products in the world. There's gotta be higher ticket sales out there.
There you go.
And what comes with higher ticket sales? Troy? Higher commission, bruh. I just recently heard somewhere, when you deal with higher paying clients, you're dealing with a better quality of people.
Yeah.
So the sales become
dependent.
Well, obviously depending, but the sales become easier. Why? Because typically at that level, that people are willing to spend a lot of money, they already know what they want, right?
Ain't bullshitting.
Yeah, exactly. I've dealt with 2 clients already. The ones that come in and say, hey, I need marketing, I need a website, and I need clients as quick as possible. Whatever it takes, let me know.
Yeah.
Bet, bro. SEO, PPC, we got your website.
That's how you get it, yeah.
$17,000 package.
Boom.
Don't wait. Send it over. Now we got the ones. Now we got the ones that take a week to close because, oh yeah, well, you know, they ask all the questions because they're not sure, but because they don't got the money to spend it, they don't have the confidence to. So that's what I like about it.
That's respect. I mean, at the end of the day, hey, sales is good, but they also say don't trust a salesman.
Yeah, yeah. Nobody trusts me. Nobody trusts me.
I mean, I trust you, man. I mean, you're not.
No,
half
man.
bad
You know
guy.
what? I would like to bring like, I am a salesman, bro. In a sense of I like to sell things people need, and then people are gonna be like, well, that's not really a salesman.
You're like a fucking
That's a
snake
service
oil. You're
provider.
like a snake
Sure.
oil salesman, bro.
Sure, whatever you wanna call me.
You would have been one of them guys.
Sure,
you
whatever you
want
wanna
to
call me,
snake
man.
oil and said, yeah, it's
Yeah.
what you need.
Nah, man.
And then you would have been gone in the next town back in the day.
Yeah.
Take everyone's money.
I would have had a
taking
one.
grandma's brooch and everything.
I would have had
man.
a little suitcase, right?
Yeah, a little suitcase. You would have had like that
Suit and
fucking
tie?
patchy suit.
Okay,
Like one of them
yeah.
patchy suits. You
I
know
would
what
have had the
mean?
ones that you open. The watches are in there.
Yeah, you open like one side and the flap comes down. There's a
Yeah.
bunch of watches.
It's like I know you don't have a budget,
and
but
you
like,
smell like you like cigarettes.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like just like cigarettes and coffee. You got that coffee breath.
Yeah.
And you're always up. You're
Yeah.
always trying to sell.
Everyone's like, I just saw you yesterday.
Yeah, hey man, didn't I just see you in that one town?
Yeah, I was
And they're
there.
like, nah, man, that's my brother. You're like, oh, I see. I
Yeah.
see.
And
Yeah.
like the ones that obviously like because I'm just like on the grind, I just haven't showered in a couple of days.
Oh, you're musty.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
musky. That's what it is.
And like when I'm going to make contact with people, it's like a must.
First
cigarette,
time they take
coffee.
they take a quick little like, whoa, they jolt some.
Yeah.
Just your natural aroma
Yeah.
wakes people up. You know, you
Yeah.
get like a Vicks smell. You ever had Vicks? You ever had
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
one of the Vicks,
Bro,
quick
that's-
little
that's,
Vicks? I
that's-
used to do that to my mom when she was sleeping when I was young. I'd put it on my finger, put it right to her nose, and she'd wake up. It's like,
Well-
and I think back to it now. I'm like, you're a little fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, but I'm sure it burned a little, but that did help her breathe better.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of times she'd snore, and then she'd pull a Coach David. You know how he snores, you know, and then
Yeah.
sometimes he goes silent.
Yeah.
Hey, Troy, move this ottoman. Move the ottoman in. Move this in.
Yeah, let's go over.
No, move the ottoman.
In? Sweet. What do you for what though? Oh, I wasn't gonna put mine up. I mean, I could try now. Nah, what you mean, bro? Nah. Dang, Jay, we're having a girls' night.
Yeah, we're having a ladies' night.
Girls'
boys.
night.
You know what I'm saying? Look, end of the day, this is gonna be one of your coolest podcasts that people are gonna be like, dude, you're the reason I got into podcasting.
Yeah.
Like that's the reason. They're gonna be like, dude, you look so chill. So yeah, but Troy, let me hear some gems, man. I want to.
Wait, what's it about, Troy?
Yeah, because you know, Troy was saying he wants
Hold
to
on,
spit an idea. I want to hear this idea. Sometimes the young ones, they got great ideas.
It was just interesting, like, so the story I told y'all about how my friend got into solar, he tried to get me into doing it.
Yep.
He literally called me last week saying, bro, or he saw my post, I guess. I'm assuming that's how he knew I got into mortgage. And he goes, bro, check this out. If I gave you a pamphlet,
Put your those headphones on. Major. Just so you can hear him. Make sure he's listening. He's talking right. Yeah.
so you know how much they make, I told y'all. He goes, bro, if I gave you a pamphlet when you went to a closing and they used me to buy solar, I'd give you 50% of my profit. So if he made 8K, he said, oh yeah, I'll just give you half. Like, I'm looking
Put
to-
it in paper, bud.
Yeah, okay. That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I've learned. That's a great. But keep going. What's your idea?
Fast forward to this past Thursday. Me and a coworker traveled to San Antonio to meet up with some realtors, and they held a solar class. This guy from another company came and basically sold everybody on solar. Guys, it'll take a few courses. You could sell solar on your own. There's no door-to-door knocking. You already have the connection with the client. So at the end, when you close them, you could be like, hey guys, if you're looking into solar, tell them the benefits of it. 0 down financing. Bro, that's an extra 7-8K, however much, you know?
I respect that.
That's an insane idea.
The only thing is I'd
I'd talk to your mortgage people about that, you know what I mean? Because if they know you're getting a little action in without them knowing, they might shit can you. You know what I mean?
They would say what?
No. No, I think what Chance was trying to say was they weren't telling Troy directly. They were telling your company, right?
No, they're telling Troy directly.
Oh, they were.
No, it was a class.
Oh, it was a
class for who?
Realtors.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Sorry.
look, solar companies trying to partner with realtors for essentially, free marketing, right? But you'd split commission if a sale.
The way they laid it out was that they would set up. The realtor's job is to set up an appointment, right?
Okay.
Partnering.
And then they would get someone to come close the deal. All they have to do is stay quietly on a Zoom call.
Yeah. But
Eventually, after like 3 or whatever, they could do it on their own, because then they would have taken like the classes and know the knowledge of what they're talking about.
All I'm saying is you make sure that let's say you do that. You got to make sure you give them that little like spiel during the closing period. Meaning, like, let's say the house is about to close, right? You know what I mean? And usually it's about 2 weeks to close. That would be a good time for them to give him that salesmanship spiel. Because if I just fucking close on my house, I don't want to sit down with another solar. I don't want to do that bullshit. But if you're doing it while I'm preparing to close on the house, I might be more inclined and listen to say, oh yeah, I'm about to close on this house. He wants to offer solar. Oh, solar might be a good idea. Actually, yeah, that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? It's like, for me, the one thing I always hate is, give me the entire package right now. Don't sell me this and then don't fucking contact me 2 months later. Hey, there's a special now.
Yeah, to each their own. That
You know?
Everyone will have their own way of doing it.
No.
But so a coworker told me, he goes, yeah, we can't give them this pitch before they close, because then they would have to redo the appraisal. Because then now you're adding value, and then it would cost the buyer more money at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because solar panels add value to the property.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, when you're closing on the property, you're buying that property as is. You know what I mean? You're buying that property as is. And so even if you're planning on doing additions while closing, doesn't fucking matter if it's like an appraiser comes
but
and...
then he would never do that.
What?
He wouldn't do the panels during closing.
Yeah.
The contract was already signed for the listing price.
Yeah. You don't want to add panels and then the price goes up and the buyers are like, yeah, we'll pay more money for that. You know what I'm saying?
But I think Chance was also saying,
I think we're on opposite sides. He's on like the seller side and we're on the buyer side.
So you're on the buyer's side. So before you would buy the house, you tell the buyer we could put these solar panels on?
The timing is up to the person telling them. I don't. This is just an idea, Chance. I haven't told anybody this.
yeah.
I'm trying to iron out the kinks. I'm trying to understand. I'm dumb. I'm sorry, man. All right.
Ready? This
Yeah,
is
go
where
ahead.
my gift of communication comes
Yeah,
in.
go ahead.
All right. The realtors the solar company wants to partner with the realtors. However you obviously want to say it, they're gonna partner with them, right? To at some point, to the seller, right, or the buyer, because the realtor's got to represent somebody. The buyer. That would probably be smart, because now you're pitching the buyer who's just about to acquire the home. He's saying that he's going to pitch the buyer, right, for after when they close on it.
Yes.
If that's when the service would like to be provided.
Now they're homeowners.
That's what I'm saying.
No, wait, but you guys are both missing the point. What he was talking about the whole time was an idea to market. That's what it is, a marketing strategy, a person-to-person marketing strategy. To buyers. So now every buyer that they handle is essentially a lead that you can sell solar panels into. That's it. You know? He doesn't care about when you're not putting solar panels in the process of the sale. If you're coming to buy this home, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, hey, Chance, we're gonna sell you this house. This is Troy house, but we're gonna sell it to you, $100,000.
Okay.
Yeah, we know, but in the meantime,
take it.
just to kind of let you know, I'm your buyer,
Okay.
right?
You're the buyer.
I'm his buyer. I'm his buyer because I'm telling you about solar panels. So when we close on this house, bruh, let's get some solar panels. And you're going to be like, you know what? That's a good idea. And he's going to make $7K right there, no? And you're going to give half to Troy because he came up with this idea. And everybody else is getting paid. Yes or no, Troy? I'm on Troy's team, right?
I understand, but I'm still clueless over here. Okay, so when are the solar people and the realtor people getting together? Before the closing or after the closing?
Well, it doesn't really matter at this point, right?
So the solar people, what do they do? When do they give out their pamphlets?
Whenever they want. Yeah. The solar people only care to educate you about solar panels.
So you're the realtor.
Yeah.
Okay.
The realtor plants the seed.
Yes,
That's it.
he's not maybe they're not closing. They're setting the appointments. No?
Yes.
They're partnering with realtors to make them appointment setters.
So what I'm saying is the best time for you guys to, get your solar and get that spiel is what I'm saying is during them closing, because they're already buying the fucker, right? They're already buying the house, correct? They're already buying the house. Yes, Troy. So what I'm saying is that's when you approach them saying, hey, while we're closing up here, I got this solar guy that could put in some solar panels for this. Would you like to talk to him? That would be the best because then, like, I'm closing and wrapping up on the house. Man, maybe I want to put some fucking panels on. That's what I'm saying. I like your idea. It's just I'm saying the timing of it would be best. Not before, not after. During the motherfucker.
So you just had the idea, and Chance was giving you a little bit more input on the idea.
Yeah, sorry.
Everybody here's on the same page.
Yeah.
We love the idea.
That was great.
That's a phenomenal way to expand your infrastructure by partnering with the realtor. That's the perfect timing to pitch the product, or after, whatever. But I mean,
why would you do after? Because after I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gone. I'm moving in my house.
But you have a relationship with the buyer though, because you're the realtor. You can just hit them up.
A lot of times, them realtors are dipped once they fucking do. They would sell your house. Some of them. That's not all brokers out there. Patrick Hill, if you're watching. Sometimes if I don't fucking tell you to put your left nut on the deal. But a lot of brokers are bullshit artists. They will sell your house for fucking $100 if they could.
Okay, but
as long as they get their 3%.
But what's their incentive now to have a relationship with the buyer?
The good ones.
Huh?
Which one?
What's that? Now you're saying that sometimes they up and dip, right?
Yeah.
But now they have an incentive to keep a relationship with the buyer because they still want to pitch solar.
So because then they can make a 50%
extra
commission.
Check. Yes.
Okay.
There we go.
That's respect.
There was also they could also decide not to be part of it. They were also saying you could just be an ambassador or a referral.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but honestly, you see that battery flickering? We probably got like 5 seconds. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up out of nowhere. Troy, I'm so sorry. Only because that's about to die. All right?
Well, you don't got a fucking charger?
I have one. Okay. I do have one charging, but we'll see if it has enough battery because I just put it. Yeah. Let's try it.
Dude, I'm enjoying this, man. We might get in some talks.
Dropping gems.
Dude, you might just have to cut this shit up and be like, dude, this is like, mixed match. Joe Rogan's podcasts are 4 hours long. What do they talk about?
Guys, we're back. I don't even know.
That was just a little part, I'll be your co-host here on the Jigadrin. I am what you call the old Figga Flynn, okay? So...
All right, man. We're going to get the microphone back to Troy. Because I had no idea what you were talking about. Honestly, because I forgot. Do you know?
At the end of the day, we were just talking... Yeah. Well, yeah, what were you talking about?
Yeah, I was just going to say, people can choose to just be an ambassador. I forgot what word they used. But they would just refer someone, and then if they close, they get $1,000. Like, they don't have to do anything, just refer people. And they'll just get $1,000 every time. They closed.
That's respect. I like it. So which one was your idea?
What do you mean?
The partnering with the realtors.
Oh,
Oh, you haven't told anybody about it.
Yeah, what the whose idea was I listening to? The fucking
I explained that a friend that invited me to do solar was the one that called me originally.
Okay.
And gave me the idea. Hey, can you give my pamphlet out? Can you
Okay.
talk to the broker?
Okay, no, hold on. Okay.
And then a week later,
A week later.
some specialist or some guy from this other solar company came and preached this whole fucking spiel about it. And so these are like the first like realtors, I guess, like they talked to about it. So I was like, that's weird that back like a week later that this idea came up again. And it sounds like a gold mine, honestly. Like if they take advantage of it, you know what I'm saying?
Which one's your idea?
None of them were my idea.
He's telling you that none of them.
Well, why the okay, so which one's your idea?
I just answered your question.
So I thought you said you were going to tell me a good idea.
I said I was gonna drop some knowledge.
All right, which one's the knowledge?
That's the one.
That's it, bro.
That's the knowledge?
Who the fuck is doing that? Who do you know that's doing that?
I don't know, but you just said that another company, you said it as if it was going to be your idea.
No, I never said that.
Oh, okay.
He even
Sorry, I made that. I
Yeah.
got pumped. I'm like, oh,
Take
Troy's
it back, because now you just made me sound stupid.
No, Troy's a smart man. But anyways, so
All right, you drop a gem now. You said you had
what,
some
what,
gem.
what do you want to know, man? What do you want to know? What do you want to know?
Well, look, man. Before the break, I didn't finish recommending my TV shows.
Recommending your TV shows?
I feel like I didn't
Yeah,
get
you
my
did.
time.
You said Game of Thrones and you said Suits, bud.
What I'm trying to say is
That's it.
we didn't talk about it long enough.
Bud, what else do you want to talk about?
No, honestly, Supernatural is the one that is over the top, amazing. That's it.
Supernatural.
Those are my two recommendations. Chance, what are your two recommendations for a show that you can leave with these people when when you're feeling lazy, you just want to take a break, from all the productivity.
King of the Hill.
Okay.
Fucking great show. Great cartoon. You ever watch King of the
Anime.
Hill? And it's tough, man.
No
It's probably-
way.
yeah,
it's not that tough. It's not that tough.
No, it's not a lot of shows, It's just some
not
of the
that
shows
tough, man.
they get a little, Oh, The Office. You
Okay.
can't beat The Office.
All right.
You can't beat that. You can't
Really?
beat that.
You come back, and we're gonna come back for Troy's top two. Pretty sure they're gonna be mediocre. But
Mediocre.
no. All right. So yeah. So all right. Top two movies
Top two movies.
ever for you. I know one. I don't know what. I do know that. Shut it.
I don't know.
No, dude. Why?
Man,
You take it for which one?
Let's have a deep conversation. I thought we were gonna have a deep convo, not no like
He's
movies.
yeah. Well, I wanted to leave him with my two movies.
All right, go ahead with your two movies.
I'll do my favorite all time, The Sandlot.
Okay.
You know that one,
Sounds-
Chance?
yeah. Do I know that one? Do I know
Oh,
that
that
one?
was amazing. And the second one, I'll do a recent one.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Yes, gold.
What is that?
The most recent Spider-Man movie with all three Spider-Mans.
Oh, the multiverse was dope.
I thought that one was awesome.
I was like looking at it. It looked pretty cool.
Did you name three or was that two?
That was two.
Oh,
The most recent.
You want to
Spider-Man.
name another one, Adrian?
movies? I haven't done one yet.
Oh, name 'em.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, for my top two, the Rush Hour one,
Very good.
and dang it, it's a tie but it's the same franchise. It's a tie between Bad Boys 1 and 2.
I feel like I like two more.
2, right? It was cooler.
It was way cooler.
Way
Way
cooler.
cooler, like
But
how
you
they-
know what I liked about the first one? That Will Smith and Martin Lawrence were so raw, like almost at their peak of acting.
I would say too they were like that as well. But what I liked, the
I think.
action pack in those movies were awesome.
Oh, are those Michael Bay?
No CGI.
They're Michael Bay, right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
You know
No
Michael
C-
Bay.
He doesn't know him, but
Yeah.
he knows like.
What I'm trying to say is that his style is just pure explosions all the time.
Yeah, and you know also what Michael Bay does?
Like I was watching an interview of like T.J. Miller. Shout out to T.J. Miller, he's a great comedian. But he was saying he was on the set of Transformers. Okay, because Michael Bay did Transformers.
That's correct.
And
Verified.
he said there was one scene he was dick.
Okay.
Like he was just like, yelling at people and just, even he's like, man, he's kind of being a dick to me. And then he's like, one day I just asked him, he's like, hey man, like why are you? It seems like you're kind of uptight or like people are not doing what you want. He's like, I act that way, so everybody else cannot feel pressure. In terms of like you're putting pressure on me, it's only him. We all gotta just worry about him. So he makes himself the bad guy, and I'm like, that's an interesting way to take leadership, is to make yourself kind of the villain.
Yeah.
But yet you still create art.
Have you had some good coaches?
Great. Oh, that's a great.
Taking that role?
Great. Wait, what?
Coaches.
Like great coaches in terms of soccer?
Yeah.
Just
You've have taken that role. They're the villain. Like everyone's always.
Oscar. I had Oscar Paisano, IMG. Guy was like a father figure. Him and I had a good father-son relationship. Really, I respected him highly. But he was a dictator. On the field, you do what he wants and how he wants it. There is creativity in what he does, but too touch. Don't dribble. Don't fucking back heel. You know what I mean? Like, and play simple, and just. But I respected him because he made you all come together, because you all fucking were like, man, this fucking guy. This fucking guy, fucking. But he brought us all together because you did respect him, because when he would go on, this guy's fucking 50-something years old, and he's going on 35, 40-minute or 45-minute jogs with us, leading us the whole time. And then I would go and jog with him at lunch sometimes, 45 minutes. He has to get it in every day.
A jog for 45 minutes?
At lunch, he had to get it in every day, and I'd probably go once or twice, because he'd say he's like, I'm doing too much. He's like, fuck, we got games, we got practice and shit. He was a good coach, really good. I respected him, really agree. How about you, Troy?
Crazy enough, dude, when I was younger, it was David. David. I feared David. And then when I moved to IMG, it was Tonio. Tonio had this.
Yeah, he had an odd, like, serial killer-esque about him.
Yes, like he was like a father figure. Like 1 second, because we're kids away from our parents, so like he had those moments with us, and then when soccer came, oh shit, dude, everyone fucking feared him. You fucking listened. He would yell at the top of his lungs, but like he wanted whatever he wanted, we got it done, basically. So I feel like Tonio later.
Tonio, him and I, we'd go out to lunch sometimes, because I'd fucking make him laugh. Tonio. Fucking Tonio, man. He trained me. I did like a couple like one-on-ones with him and stuff when I was getting my knee back.
Yeah.
And that's where him and I kind of got tight and stuff. He was cool.
He
He
was
was a fucking dick, but I even kind of called him out. I'm like, dude, relax.
He gets into it. He's passionate.
I'm
He's
like,
very
bud.
passionate.
So, and I didn't realize that at the time. I just realized, this is like a pissed off guy that didn't make it or something. That's what I seemed. It seemed like, but no, he's just really passionate. Really passionate.
Cool, man.
How about you?
What's up?
You had any tough coaches? Like,
Yeah, I had
any
tough
coach
coaches.
that's like the villain, but at the end of the day.
Yeah, my very first coach, high school coach.
What was he like?
Early
Tell
on,
me.
he was his way or the highway. Nobody. There was no ideas that he would listen to. So it was like he was strict. He ran it almost military style. Yelled. He would yell at you in front of whoever you were or whoever was around. In the games, he like just scream. Right. Nobody liked him. I love him now because I really saw everything he did, or everything like.
What's the value you saw?
The biggest value that I got from him it had to be like follow rules or there'll be consequences. That was right off the back.
Right.
I mean, in life, if you really don't understand that, you know, then okay. So I got massive confidence because I knew when I did things right, there was a reward,
Right. 100%.
and when you did things wrong, there was a punishment, right?
Yeah.
Ridiculous like respect for like my authority, right? So not that sounds similar, but
You
it's
do.
like it's you know, you get your respect for your authority. When somebody has a certain role that's your authority, you have to respect it if you want to play or be in the environment, right? So you have your authority. If that's a position higher than you, teacher, coach, whatever, you have no choice but to respect that. So you learn to respect when you see people in power or, you know, people that know more or whatever, elderly. And that was it. I mean, like, for the most part. But he, like, to be, like, a functioning, like, respectful, but at the same time gave me confidence. Because everybody didn't like him. So the pressure between my peers was not there.
Was he a player?
I don't even think he ever played. How about that? So now all that's coming from hey, I know more than you. We'd run 2 miles before training, right? We couldn't touch a ball till everybody finished 2 miles. It was your simple pass, layoff, shoot, and you scrimmage at the end. And that was every single
My
training.
man knew it. He knew it. That's the best training ever.
That was it, right? So it was even more irritating when your coach, when all that's coming from a coach like that, instead of a coach of maybe that's played, knows
the game,
you
can
know,
kind
and
of give a little direction.
And he no, the thing is he knew. Like, no, he knew. Once, like, towards the end, you know, when you get like a senior, like sometimes they just come clean about some stuff. And he knew, bro.
He's
Like he told me, like he like my
The
senior
Jedi
year on my
coach
way out.
for Madrid, man.
Yeah. When on my way out from high school, my senior, like he would just start asking me for like advice, like about like the games and hey, like what do you think about like how you think? And I was like, I knew it.
You
No, you didn't know that.
You
And like
dirty dog.
sometimes, like when we just do like, you know, weird training sessions, like repetitive ones, I look at him and he just like laugh, and it's like I know, bro. You know, and I really didn't know that until like much later on. But so to answer whoever asked me, it was harder because it was coming from a coach like that. You know.
So what's
One of the best coaches ever.
What's your coaching philosophy or style?
Man, I don't have a good one. Like I'm such a deep thinker that I compare sometimes philosophies too much, where I feel like what?
How about that time you and I coached that one team together?
Yeah, that was just so random. We were like 15. Like you were 16. Yeah.
I was 16.
And
This
I was.
man- this man.
Am I lying? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I thought you were 16 when I met you at Forza. You're 19. When did I meet him at Forza, bro?
I was 16.
I know you were 16, 1,000%. I'm sorry. I thought y'all were the same age.
No, we coached
That must have been older when that happened. When y'all coached.
Luis's team.
I know. How old were you when you did that?
I was 18, 19.
My bad. I was off a couple of years.
I was
huh?
off, just,
You made it sound
you
like
were
you
just
did it
out
when
of
you
high
were 20.
school.
I was like, what? No, that was random though. That was random. It was fun though. But my philosophies is you teach the kids respect. Like you have a balance between letting them continue to love it the whole time they're developing, allowing as much creativity as possible, and encourage mistakes.
You just became your high school coach, huh?
Oh, what? How?
You just did like you became
See, I knew
you became a better version of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's easier. I knew he knew what he was talking about. Yeah, man.
You just do the simple pass, lay off, shoot.
Oh.
Is that what he did in practice?
Oh,
But
man.
then he throws in the fucking bumpers, or he
Yeah,
throws in
yeah.
the wingers or some shit. Like puts a little twist on it. Like yeah.
I'm sorry, man. When you said philosophies, I thought you were talking about ways of thinking.
No, of course.
But I think that you were asking about soccer specifically.
No.
Like as a team training.
No, but I agree on your philosophy. I agree.
Did you coach after that? Like, did you think about becoming an actual coach?
Yeah, bro.
Did you coach after that?
What?
I'm sorry, I just said it so they could hear it.
Yeah, no, I trained kids for, 3-4 years? 3, 4, or 5 years.
Oh yeah, bro.
Coach some
That's
kids.
crazy.
And, you know.
Nobody watching this.
You know. Oh, this is live, right?
What do you mean is it live?
No, it's not. No, but.
Oh, what do you mean?
No, but.
How much?
No, I coach. I train kids.
Yeah.
And it's cool because, like, even when I stop, like, I still have a dad of one of the girls I train. He'll still reach out and say, hey, if you're in town, can you train? You know, Addison wants to train and stuff. So I'm like, that's cool. You know, so I enjoyed it. I really liked David was a great template, you know, for how to be disciplinarian and whatnot, you know. I would say, though, if I could go back and redo the thing that I did as a coach, I would have been more of a collaborator. You know, one thing I did a little too much to heart in terms of David, and this is not a disrespect, you know, just kind of isolated myself too much in the sense of, you know, how David was Forza, and, you know, Forza's own little bubble. You know, he didn't want any other clubs, you know, any of that stuff, and that's understandable. But now that I think about it, I think the best way to be is a collaborator and somebody that's open towards all clubs, all soccer. Let the kids come in, open the floodgates. Yeah, where some coaches and whatnot want to take your players, but, you know, I think the best thing that I would have done for my town is, you know, brought the rec program, the high school program more together, because it's like they were separate. And yet I kind of wedged myself in between, was like, well, I'll be the middleman between you guys. And it's like, that's not the way to do it. Should be more of a collaborator. So it was just interesting. Yeah. I enjoyed it. I miss it. But I don't miss that I had to make a living off of it.
Tough.
Yeah.
Very tough.
Not as rewarding.
Yeah. But that
Yeah.
But that was like I stopped coaching that for like a year, but yeah, man. So what's up? Is that it?
I mean, that's it.
What do you mean? This is by
There's so much more. I feel like we have a few more hours to discuss.
But you don't. It's like you guys got to give me some topics. I ramble.
No, I mean it's not about like not having. I it's not about not having anything to talk about. It's about when do we stop? Question mark. Keep going.
I keep going.
I gotta eat my meal.
Go eat your meal. Troy and I will talk for a bit, man. We got our own little show going here. We call it the Troy and Chance show.
He's thinking about all the editing.
Fuck.
And I have to go back. I'm gonna have to go back and find that one part you told me to take out. Where? You want me to rewatch 2 hours and a half to go find that piece?
What part?
Yeah.
What part?
I've never had to touch 2 hours, bruh.
Bud, you gotta, you know what I mean? This is the way of the game.
What do you mean?
You gotta edit this.
Yeah, I'm going to.
What part did I want you to take?
Do you remember? No. Yeah, he was like, "Is that on?" He's like, "I don't want you putting that in there."
I remember.
I think it was like smoke. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, all right, man. What's next then? What's next then?
What's next?
Guys, I don't know if I should apologize, but we are 2 hours in. If you made it this far,
Is anyone
no,
watching?
stop it. If you made it this far, really,
Comment.
no, I really, man, I know nobody's gonna comment, but really, comment. I made it this far.
Look.
I don't know why. Do that. If you do that for each person, Chance, you're my witness. For each person that puts that comment, you will be automatically entered in a raffle to win $100 cash. That's it. If you're the only person there,
You just want $100.
message me.
That $100.
I'm gonna send you the $100,
Come on, man. You get $100. Come on.
and that's it.
Can't beat that. Can't beat that.
No, that doesn't
Hey.
count.
Do you
So if I'm supposed to apologize, I apologize, guys. If not, if you're still here, thank you so much, guys. Honestly, this is episode 31 of the A7E podcast. Just hanging out.
Hey,
Guys,
we're
I'm
just
with Chance.
chilling.
I
We're
haven't
hanging out.
seen Chance. Chance, I've seen obviously you way more than I have Larue.
Larue's been
Larue, you're
years.
back in Austin. You're back in Texas.
Larue's the truth.
But anyways, so this is kind of cool. This is kind of fun. There's nothing comfier than doing a podcast on the couch. I have verified that. I have confirmed that.
Black shades.
I am
you know
for
what
any
I
of my
mean?
feature guests. I am removing my table from my podcast area, and I'm gonna put a couch just like this. We're gonna sit on the couch together.
This is how we're gonna podcast.
And we're gonna talk.
We're gonna talk.
You can take your shoes off, or whatever. You got blankets.
Call it the Shoes Off Podcast. No, we'll keep it the Jigadrin. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
All right,
hear,
hold on.
let's hear.
Yeah.
Your guys' honest opinion of this person.
I think everybody's fed up with that topic though, but
I didn't mean to talk about it.
I mean,
no, that's fine. No, that's fine with me though.
It is a popular topic point that might get you the views.
Nah.
Every time I jump on social media.
It's
100%
crazy,
of the time.
but it's crazy how somebody that was kind of unknown,
About right here.
relatively unknown, just because, again, it's all about the numbers. He pushed himself in that algorithm through advertising, marketing, blah, blah, blah. Through his
He
little-
actually never paid any single dollar for advertising and marketing.
No, but what I'm saying is through his university
Oh.
and whatnot, how he gets
You know how he does it?
is because he has, it's just like a pyramid scheme.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
It's a referral, man. It's the same. They create it and they have to refer it and they have to talk about it, review, and say, this is what I've done. That's how he gets his name out there. So therefore, he doesn't have to do any marketing or advertising himself because people pay to have his content.
We're gonna watch CoffeeZilla after this.
CoffeeZilla out cold.
No,
you
I-
follow CoffeeZilla? CoffeeZilla the dog, dude.
Shout out CoffeeZilla.
Yeah.
Nah, no shout out.
What? Okay,
No,
let's hear.
shout out
Let's hear.
CoffeeZilla.
Let's hear your defending point.
Look, it's not a pyramid scheme, okay? Because he doesn't rely on that income. We know that, right? Do we know that?
Yeah, he has casinos.
Wait.
Or something.
It becomes a pyramid scheme when I tell you to sell something that, I get a commission for, and that's my sole. That's the only income that I rely on.
No, it's not the only. It doesn't have to be the only income because you look at Amway, which is what sells Herbalife, which one of our friends makes his living off of.
Well, did.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing now, but that's how they did. That's what they did.
Right. So
that's
I
not,
get. I guess what I'm trying to say is that. Okay, so then let me ask you this: is every course
100%.
a pyramid scheme?
Yep.
I don't get that.
Because my thing is this. If you're going to pay money, and that course, especially some of these people that charge, Andrew Tate, he charges $50 a month. Not too bad, $600 a year. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. I have not done his information. I've not, reviewed his stuff. But, some of these people that charge thousands of dollars, like Grant Cardone and all these people, and they don't give you information that you can literally,
Hold on. You're deviating a little bit.
Huh.
I'm asking if you think anybody who has a course is set up as a pyramid scheme.
Yes, because I was going to explain that it's set up because, number one, you pay money. Your product is supposedly supposed to be, oh, hey, you pay this money, you're going to get rich, yada, yada. Then when they get the course, they're in it. Oh, hey, if you refer, we'll give you this, that, and the other. And then so you start talking to other people about it to get in on it. And it's all bullshit. None of it actually leads to success. Ty Lopez, all of them are bullshit artists. And why the ones that have succeeded? It's because those are the ones that had the biggest mouth to wrap around those guys' fucking you-know-whats and suck their way all the way to the top and fucking push their shit so much that you look at some of those guys' right-hand men, those guys are like the most soulless people that follow your Grant Cardones and these people to the end. And you want to know how many people they sold out? Countless people. Why? Because it's a pyramid freaking scheme. All those courses, they're
But
bullshit, just like school.
Okay, I guess you can get super. But my question is, when somebody has a course, is that not now a product, right? A course, you're selling a product, which is the course, okay? or if there's a required membership, you know, like to be a part of whatever it is, like a club or the course.
Yeah.
My thing was referral links.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That was an option in his course. You know what his course is about, right?
I didn't. Not one thing.
Yeah. So essentially,
Did you? Did you?
No.
Did you buy it?
no, I didn't have to because there was enough content of people out there explaining
Good
what
man.
it was.
Good man.
Okay.
That's what you also. Yeah. Okay.
So essentially, his course is just letting you know different ways that you can make money and take actionable steps.
That's it.
All right.
That's
So he doesn't say go and sell your referral link. He says you want some actionable steps that you can take to make money right now. Make clips of me and go sell the course. That's it.
That's one of the many.
Yeah. So
What's
I mean,
his-
those are actionable steps that people can take, right? To get money, to earn money, right? But it's not something that's required to be a part of the university. So you're essentially just paying for information on a monthly basis. Selling the referral links, right, is a direct benefit to you, but a very indirect benefit to Tate, right? Because you're benefiting from it the most, essentially, because you're making money from it. Yeah, it seems that Andrew Tate's benefiting the most because he's getting all like everybody's money and not just from Troy, right? So 50 exactly, right? But what is he providing? All he's doing is providing education, right? So isn't it fair to charge anybody for the education that you're sharing? You can do it for free. It just depends on who you are as a person, whatever you want.
That's my thing. You know, that's where, again, I respect Ben Mala. Shout out to Ben Mala. Guy's worth $250 million in equity. All right. And he gives his information out for free. Granted, yeah, could he withheld some information? Yeah, I feel like every expert does. You know, they have, I feel like everyone does. It's kind of their competitive advantage in some aspect. But that's somebody that literally, man, watch his videos and you will see, wow, it's like, wow, this is somebody that genuinely is giving out like great information and not wanting a thing, not saying, hey, push my message, hey, anything. Like, he's even had it to where he's had a hotel. He's like, hey, it's the pandemic. Nobody's renting him out hotel. He had like a bunch of like 500,000 subscribers. He invited like all of them out to come and stay at his hotel for 3 days. So what did it do? Got all these people talking on real estate, but it helped him out indirectly because they all paid for like 3 nights at his hotel. Helped bring in some money. But it was smart because now they kind of talked to him and everything. And that was like, I could say the only time, yeah, okay, he made you pay for something, but look at what you paid for. You got to experience one of his hotels he owns, 3 days of nonstop real estate talk, being around nothing but real estate people. That's a pretty honest fucking trade right there.
That's what I'm saying. For $50 a month, he's providing you with knowledge that, or with steps that you can take to earn money immediately. Like, that's the trade. It's
But
you
what
have
are-
access to all this information for $50. It's a membership. Memberships are pretty common.
And what are the steps? What is he? What
No,
is?
I don't know. I didn't take the course. I just know what his course is about, right? Like, that's the trade. Is $50 for education. If you don't want the education, then don't pay the $50. All right, guys. I don't think I'm ever gonna do a podcast that long. The most topics I've ever covered in one podcast. Some that I didn't think we were gonna talk about. This is all for entertainment purposes. Not anything that was said in this podcast is factual.
Dude, just keep, you know, yeah.
You know? No. Anyways, guys, seriously, no. We hope you enjoyed the podcast. I'm not sure the next time we'll be able to do something like this, so I wanted to definitely take advantage. If you made it this far, man, if you made it this far,
You guys are legends.
if you made it this far,
Easy now.
I know, right?
Hey, we got any sponsors? We got to shout out, you know?
No sponsors today. No, honestly, if you made it this far, let me know. On top of being entered to that $100 giveaway, let me know by commenting I made it this far. Show me what you got. Message me directly. I'm gonna send them something.
He's gonna
It's
send
probably
you
gonna be money.
Send you a
I mean,
nudie.
you know. Anyways, thank you for making this far. If you have, guys, this is Syztanio on my right. This is Troy Larue on my left. Guys, thank you so much for joining us and joining me. This is episode 31 of the A7E podcast, guys. This is your host, Jigadren. Until next time. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Chance, man. What's up? So